Hey, what's going on, y'all? How you doing? Happy Sunday, March 7th. Can't believe we're on the third month of the year, y'all. How y'all feel? Hope y'all week was well. Gonna wait a little bit before I start on the topics. Give people a chance to come in here. While waiting, I'll post the stuff, these links. I'll wait. Waiting for the site. Hey, let's see.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Okay. Pretty
All
good.
right.
Pretty good.
Yes. Like I was shining up my haircut today. Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Yes. I was wolfing. I don't know. This past couple of weeks, I was kind of wolfing. I said, nah, I just get my haircut. But well, just wait for some people to come in, all that stuff. So we have a couple lined up today, and we're gonna talk about Belle Collector first, and then we're gonna go into Love and Marriage Hunterville, then Marriage at First Sight, and a little bit of the TS Madison. It's gonna be more like not too much deep in details of everything, but some bullet points of each show that I wanted to bring up so we could talk about it. So it won't be too long, but we'll dive into it, and then we'll have a couple updates of upcoming shows and stuff that we might talk about, or I might review in the future that I had saw that's coming out, and I'm gonna give an update on that. But yeah, did I tell you about the happen to my last live we did? It's still up,
No.
but yeah, that freaking song, I had to change the song. The song that was on the intro and outro,
Uh-huh.
somehow somebody in Epidemic Sound claimed it, put a claim ID on it. And now I can't make money. I can't get any money off that video. The live we did, they claiming it, and it's gonna be they claim all the money for that proceed, and I can't get monetized for it. It doesn't give me a strike. It's just that they find out that the song I use is for them. So I was like, you know what? I trimmed the video. I did all that stuff for it, and it's still, hey CM, how you doing? What's going on? So I would show you the thing. I changed the song. So what I did, I went to a website called Soundtrap. I used to do it before, and it's a website that lets you create and put music together. How you do it, the beats and stuff that's getting your own, and it won't be any issue for copyright and everything. Because my last two videos I did, if you saw it, it had my own music beat to the intro video. So it's like that's why I did it. So they claimed it, and I can't make money off it. So it's still up in public. So if y'all want to still see it, but I was like, damn, what happened if I had like 600 people watching and stuff like that, and all that money going towards them? I said no. I said glad I was still a small YouTuber and still getting to my gripes and everything. Because I said they ain't making much money now, so I said whatever. I was going to
Yeah,
delete the
you at
video.
least get to figure it out. That's
Yeah. So I was
thankful
going to
for
delete the
that.
video. I was going to do all that. I was bummed out, even though it's not a strike, but I still I was like, gosh, it's crazy. So it's like, I left it up there. I trimmed the video out. So if y'all do watch the video, you will not see the intro. You will not see none of that stuff. That's cut out for all the section and everything. And it's crazy. And I said, oh my gosh, I should have just muted. I made with everything. And they couldn't. They won't put it back. They won't take out the monetization and update it to me to get monetized. So I said, whatever. So I said, this time I have the same video, but I changed the music to it. It's my own beat. So let me show you. How you doing, CM? How's your Sunday? What's going on? All right, let me show you. Go here. Come in. All right, so this is a video with the new song. Yes, thank you. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
I
you.
like it. I like it.
Thank you.
Can't keep a good man down. What?
Yeah, thank you, CM. Yes. So yeah, I did change it. I had to change it. Because I said I did like the beat, but I said, whatever. It's not worth for me to keep using that song and they're gonna keep flagging my videos and stuff like that. And I don't want no strike. Because they said if I dispute it and say that was me, they could have requested me to take the video down and they would have gave me a strike. So I said, nah, I'm not doing that. So I said,
Not
I
worth
go to
that. Not worth that. Okay. Makes
well,
sense.
so.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do it. Thank you. That's fine. So I'm using my website. I signed up for it, and I'm going any future videos. I'm just gonna use my own beats and just create it. I'm not good in musical, so if I could, the loops and stuff they have, it's a million one of them. So it's like over 9,000 loops and stuff. So I just pick a play, mismatch how I feel. If it sounds good, I'll just keep it, and it works.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Beats by Mizzle. Dr. Dre. Who?
Love it. So yes, so we got a couple of things to talk about. You know what? Maybe I use just that. I use that at the end, but let's do updates, shows, and then we get into the film. All right. So Ready to Love season 4 is coming back next month, and it's on April 2nd on Friday. So I don't know if it's gonna do another retreat style. I didn't look up any introduction of it yet, so I'm going to go on Google if they did have any information about the upcoming season, and I will watch it and I will review it. So I'm gonna see how it is. I did. I mean, even though the last thing we had a live and we talk about how we feel about it and then also like that and what we feel like it should change and stuff. So I just want to know if they is going to do a different formula and they go back to the way it was and it's not through the retreat anymore or the cabin. Hopefully, we get some new good matches, and then hopefully with good people this time. So we
Oh
will hope we get some good people. So I was like,
gonna
all
be in
right,
Houston.
yeah,
Houston
it's gonna
is
be in Texas. Yeah, it's gonna be Houston, Texas.
nice. I
All
mean,
right,
that's something different.
all
I
right.
like
That's what I'm
the
saying.
show, so
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to it. So I said, all right, Ready to Love. Let's get some good people. All right, so tonight, Married to Medicine, season 8 appears tonight on Bravo. So I think by the time we doing the second live, it probably will be airing, or it's like, what time it starts? I think 9 o'clock. So yeah, in the midst of doing a live, it will be, excuse me, it'll be airing. I'm recording it. So after we do our live, I'll watch it and I'll do my review on it. And I'm excited. I want to see how this new season will be and stuff like that. So it's going to be enjoying it. Go enjoy it. And Delata, we talked about it a couple of times too. The 2-hour premiere is coming this Tuesday, March 9th. So set your DVRs is our own. And like Tracy, I'm excited about this show. So I would say I can't wait. And Jill Marie Jones is gonna be on it. So she's the friend of Delata, the other person on the cast. So we'll see how that goes. It's a rivalry going on. Jill Marie Jones, she's gonna be representing the rich and the powerful people, and her friend Delata gonna take on cases of the underdogs, and then somehow this case is gonna put them butt together. And she don't want that to happen. I said we went 20 years not going face to face, and now don't let this case be the reason that we gonna destroy our friendship over. And I said, I don't know. Delata seems like she's gonna be a strong-willed person, so we'll see. Another good show that I review that I'm sad this will be the last season of. I think you know what I'm talking about. Pose. Pose season 3 is the last season. this year, and it's starting, and it's only gonna be 7 episodes. Only 7 episodes on FX. It start May 2nd and it will end on June 6th. And June 6th will be the last day of the episode. It will be 2 episodes. I did 6 in the finale. I was like, if I remember correctly, how many episodes? No, I don't think it was 7. I was like, we have more episodes the last 2 seasons and not 7. So I'm upset and sad. Hey Renee, what's going on? I'm kind of upset and sad that Pose could be ending this season. It was a great show. It was one of the shows that had good acting, good storyline. I learned a lot from it because growing up, you don't really know behind the scenes. I didn't know about the what was it? Like the ballroom scene like that. I wasn't too versed in that scene and a lot of other things that was shown on the show about the emotional part about the death and the people, and they took them to the grave site and all that stuff, and all that people was unidentified, and it was a lot of stuff they showed in this thing I'm not privy to, and I did not know. I was young to even understand. So this show did open me a lot, and I had enjoyed it. So I did review this show as well on my channel, the first and second season. So I'm looking forward
I
to
thought
the
there was
third
like
season.
8 or I thought it was like 8 or 9, maybe 10 episodes before. Why is it a short season? Not only is it the finale, but it's the finale and a short season.
Yes, it is a short season. I don't know why it's 7 episodes. I don't know, maybe COVID affected it, but then the pandemic affected. I don't know, but it's just crazy. But they say we'll get laughs and tears and joy and stuff. I'm just not looking forward to the end. For 7, if it was gonna be the last one, you should let go out with a bang. At least 12 episodes or something. But 7, don't know. But yeah, those are a couple shows so far. I don't know what those shows are coming out yet, but y'all let me know if any shows it's already coming out there. We know T.S. Madison just started this past Thursday. I did review on it. If y'all go up there, I posted the link of my review of the T.S. Madison, and we will talk about that later on this live. And we're gonna get it going. So we'll see. Pandemic's not stopping these shows. A lot of these shows is getting back up and running. A lot of entertainment venues is opening up back up again. The sports, the music, entertainment, all that stuff. Even though it's low capacity, it is opening back up now. Even though it was strict guidelines, I know you got to get a negative test before you even enter the thing. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, y'all better upgrade the times and start live streaming your stuff. People who can afford the ticket and want to go there live can sit there live, and then other people who want to stream it at home, stream it, and you can make money in both ways. Y'all better start doing it. That's what I'm saying. All right, y'all. So people who just joined the live, I know other people might come in because they usually do that. We're going to just line up. We're going to do Belle Collective first. We're going to do Love and Marriage Huntsville. Then we're going to do Marriage at First Sight. And then we're going to do T.S. Madison Experience, if y'all seen that. So we got a couple things to talk about. The last time we talked about Belle Collective on this live, we stopped that when I was going off about that white girl, Kaylon, send her home, keep her home, when she was doing that most at that freaking lunch, at that brunch. And even though we said that Marie tone and approach was wrong, we was here for her checking Kaylon. So I was not 100% against Marie at that brunch, but it was like maybe her delivery should have been better, and it wouldn't got too left. But she was part of the problem too. Oh, we don't talk to y'all like that. We don't talk about black people like that. I was like, you better get out my freaking television with that. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, you better keep her home next time, because I was not liking that. So that's where we end up at. Let me go share the screen and show the people again. You don't know the Chrome tabs. What was it? Belle Collective. Oop. I hope this is it. Yeah, this is it. All right, y'all. Oh, who did that? Okay. All right, don't come on now. All right, that's a bullshit little go. It's not working with me, y'all. So Letitia, Marie, Tamra, Latrice, and Antoinette. Dr. Antoinette. All right. Okay, so the first bullet point I want to bring up was Marie, her son, and the baby mamas. Okay? And the therapy session. I felt like the therapy session that she had with her son the first time was a waste of time. And I still feel that way. And the mediation that she brought the doctor to her house with the baby mamas was a waste of time because he didn't need to be there. Because what was the point of him sitting there and we didn't get much law? How I feel about the second time. Okay. So she invited the two baby mamas. We still haven't seen the third baby mama yet. If we've seen the same two. I don't know what. I guess the third baby mama said, y'all ain't put me in this TV show. I ain't not gonna be another dumb one to be showing my face on television. And said, nah, I was stupid enough to let him knock me up, and I got pregnant. And then I found out two other bozos at the same time with me got pregnant and have all our kids around the same age. And now I'm looking at Jerez. He looked like a tall, challenged individual who always wears slippers. I said, why he always wears slippers in every scene we get? Like, why are we wearing slippers all the time? I said, what is going on? And so she sat there. I do feel for Marie, though, because I do want to say that her going through a lot of sicknesses, the lupus and fibromyalgia, and taking 12 pills and injections, it is a toll on her. So I understand why she's going through a lot of internal battle. And now on top of that, her son is no good. Her husband is always not around. So I understand why she's lashing out. But at the same time, you can't take your frustration out of other people who really don't know what's going on. Because if you would have approached things differently with other people, they would be by your side more than Letitia is. And I feel like if Marie would approach that with other ladies as different, may not be too much in their business, but at the same time, like, don't attack everyone because you're going through eternal battles, which I understand people does that. But I do feel for Marie what she's going through. And that's why she's fighting so hard for the dress to step up. But it should have been done way before he had slept with those three ladies and got them all knocked up. You should have, right there. So my thing is, when she told Jerez that, or the baby mama said, listen, I'm going through a lot. So I need y'all to really first point in contact is go to Jerez. Well, I said they was doing that. He was not answering his phones. That's what they're coming to you now. And it's Marie, y'all. And now she said, go to Jerez. And then Jerez should come to me. That if I get the money and all that stuff, I give it to him. And then he will come to y'all. But they know he doesn't have no job. And he's in college right now. So they know the money going to come to you. So I said, why are we going to skip the middleman and just go straight to the source where he know he going to get the money from you? So it's like, if I would have told him, no, go to Jerez. Jerez, you need to go stay close to home, get a job, go to community college, and take care of your kids. Our grandma, I will be there for the kid. But you need to point contact. So not to say, oh, call him, he could just come to me. Because what he's doing is that he could automatically come to you. And they say there's no consequences if he's not being around, unless you go start saying no and say, no, get a job. So my point of that, and I would say, what's the point of the therapist being there? Because he's not really saying nothing. I was like, why are you going to step and say, no, you put in Jerez as a middleman. He should be the point and take with full responsibility. Not the middleman and say, oh, just come to him so you could just lay it to Marie so he get the money and go back to the kid of baby mamas. And I do like that how one of the baby mamas did say that she said, Lola, we don't have to be best of friends, but can we be cordial and cool that our kids could raise together? They are practically brothers, and they could raise up and we could have play dates and stuff like that because we need to support each other. And the other baby mama said, okay, I may not look like it, but I'm cool. I'm good like that. I'm cool. We good and everything. So how y'all feel about Marie and the conversation she had with Jerez and the baby mama, Tracy? And chat, if y'all have one chime in, y'all can chat one too.
Not the deep voice. Not the deep baby mama voice for the 3 peas in the pod.
Yes.
Oh, for the 3 peas in the pod.
Yes.
I understand Marie's thought behind saying you need to be the first point of contact, but I guess my thought would have been you need to be the first point of contact. And if you're going away to school, you need to get like a work study to make some money or a part-time job, because you can still work and go to school full time. That's not impossible. And then, you know, if the money you're bringing in isn't enough, then you could ask me to supplement and give you the additional funds to be able to, you know, do what you need to do for your kids. So I was with her right up until she said, oh yeah, just let them go to you and then come to me and then I'll give you the money. I was like, okay, girl, that made no sense because you still doing. Oh, okay, makes no sense to me at all. But I understand with her having health issues, not being able to take the kids and pull on the kids and do everything that she wants to do. So he does need to step it up more. I also believe in, you know, getting an education, doing something for yourself, because he doesn't look like he's going to make much of himself, but that's just perception. So I can understand her saying, like, I need you to do this to make something of yourself because you have children and all of those things. So I kind of get what she's saying. You know, you don't want him to necessarily drop out of school, because then he drop out and then you really going to be taking care of him, his baby mamas, and all his kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I get, like, staying in school, but maybe, like, getting a work study or a part-time job.
Yes.
Or something. And when this girl gonna say our boys are almost brothers, they are brothers. They got the same day. They are brothers for real. So they brothers and you two are sister wives. I don't see the problem. Like, that is what y'all is. Just call a spade, honey. But yeah, no. But I think I understand why she had the pastor to come or the therapist to come, because I think he might be on his best behavior when someone else is there.
Yeah.
Because you see how she had to record him because he was flipped out and acting a fool. So I think maybe it's more so, you know, he be on his best behavior when somebody else neutral or new or different is around, or someone with a little authority that he respects. So maybe that's why she wants to keep bringing him around, where he don't say much. We just, you know, we need him not to flip out and be punching walls and stuff. So I need a third party there, I guess.
Yes.
But, couldn't be my child.
Well.
WWE knocked that like that day. Listen, we'd have tumbled down them stairs. It would have been some smoke in the city. I was like, there ain't no way. But okay, girl. Well, okay, girl. But no, the deep voice for the baby mama took me out. All the way out. I wasn't. Does it sound like she was smoking like 3 packs a day all her life? I was like, oh, honey.
That's what I say, girl.
Honey. That voice is real deep down there. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. But I guess I wonder what the other baby mom looked like, because he ain't the most attractive person. I'm like, oh wow, this is just terrible. Like, oh goodness gracious. But oh well, you know, that's his life. Good. Hopefully he does well. I guess.
That's what I say, listen, I don't know what's going on with Joanne and stuff, but he need to step it up. Okay, so continue on with Marie, her storyline. The Fika husband. Marie husband, Cedric.
Oh, you mean Essie? oh, Cedric. My bad. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I apologize.
Yes, because I don't know, Essie just, listen. So Cedric is not coming around. He is not responding to the calls. He's not responding to the texts. He went to Aruba after they had an agreement and they're not supposed to be traveling without each other. He's not coming around. He's not answering phone calls. When she was sick for 2 weeks or something, he didn't show up. He had left the phone in the trunk. It's hard to come around with Cedric. We don't know what he's doing. And she's up here worried about him. I said, Marie, when you're going through 2 sicknesses, when you're going through 2 sicknesses, that husband needs to go. Because at the end of the day, you have freaking more things to worry about. Your son is never going anywhere because that's gonna be your son forever. Your kids ain't going anywhere. They're gonna be your kids forever. Your grandkids going anywhere because that's bound to you until you die. The person you could pick or choose is your husband. So he could go somewhere. It's like he's not like you bound to him. And like, yes, you got to get another divorce. Divorce the same guy twice. But if he's not showing he's stepping up, then you need to leave him. And the fact that he's not around, of anything, he wasn't there at the second mediation of the baby mama's address. He's not around. He's supposed to be there. And Walter took me out when SC came over. But like I said, they're business partners. They've been together. I think 20 years. They said they know each for a long time. I said, well, that's a long time. At least I think it as a teacher and Glenn. But they has been partners for a while. They've been partners for a while. And I do understand that as your business partner, you are worthy, you are worried about her emotional and mental state. And because y'all running a mental health facility. So your mind state needs to be on point. If you go be managing, or I don't know, you are directly counseling other people, or you have a staff that you have counseling other people, but your mental state needs to be on point because you is running a serious business, and mental illness is a serious thing. So I understand why SC is being there for her, but I don't know. I just feel like she's just too much involved. Maybe Marie is letting her be very involved, and maybe she vented to SC a lot. That's what SC said, a lot of things that she needs to say, and there's no boundaries. But I was like, business partners and then your personal relationship, it needs to be separate, even though your personal relationship is affecting her business. I don't know. We don't know if it's affecting her business because they ain't really touch on if it's affecting her business. But it's just that she's just too involved and everything. That's how I feel. But I do understand you have a person by your side. I said, where's the teacher at all this? Where's the teacher at? I know that's your good friends. I mean, does she know what's going on? Maybe not. But that's why I feel like if we have other girl support people, like the other cast members, I mean, I know they probably was never friends before they started taping. That's why they probably so fragile. But if they have some people on her side, then maybe she'll have more support system. But oh yeah, I'm about to mention the boxes. When she was her SC was talking, and I said, first of all, I don't know what y'all asked, but we not gonna get no freaking pack up boxes and folding up their clothes and putting in the boxes. What the hell you think you doing? It's like you packing them before he moving out his own house. No, get some garbage bags and throw the clothes in the bags and throw somewhere else. What you get boxes and y'all folding them nice and neatly, and then y'all taking only 2 boxes and send it somewhere to a freaking look like a freaking half done house. I said maybe they didn't want to show his house, so it'd be like, guess when people come to this house for real life. But where did y'all take that boxes to? And you say you done after you give him 2 boxes out? No, it was look like it was more clothes, more stuff in the closet with his clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. Y'all only come with 2 boxes. Stop playing with us with that. You said, and then he said, "Oh, you done?" I don't think about Cedric anymore. I said, "Girl, you be crying like the last few scenes, and now you completely done, girl." So how you feel about SC Marie in this Cedric situation?
I'm gonna shut up because I don't believe in outing people. That is very wrong. So I'm just gonna remove right along there because you can't tell me that those two. Okay, girl. Okay, when you said partners, I was like, "Yep, you're right. You called it. You called that one right. They partners. They definitely are 100%." Because the way Essie was like, "You are my soul, my soul." I was like, "Girl, the way he does you," and just I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, oh.
We were meant to be together.
In my opinion, from my perception and what I'm seeing, if you just listen to the conversation, it sounds like, you know how you knew that person in high school that really, really loved and cared about you and wanted to be with you, but you never paid them much attention. You was like, no, I don't see it. And everybody was like, yeah, they really love you. And you was like, no, I don't see it. That's them two. That's them two right there. Because I was like, he only got 2 boxes of clothes. So, but he really lived with you? But y'all was really married and together. Okay, y'all, I can get y'all was married. And y'all got divorced and y'all got back together. So when y'all got back together, did he not bring his clothes back to the house? Did he just bring like an overnight bag?
Is
that what that was?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, clearly that was just an overnight bag that y'all emptied into 2 boxes. I was like, cause that's normally not the way a sister is through when she threw when he went to Aruba by himself. But okay, girl. That's normally not how, people will respond. But you know what? But you know what I think is up with Marie? You know how they be like, people who can't teach? So I don't think she has good mental health. So that's why she bought a facility so she can help other people. She can get people to help other people with theirs because she can't do much with it. I was like, maybe she gave him everything he brought. How? She paid for all of them. She paid for the husband, the son, the grandbabies, her babies, the baby mamas. Who paid for what, when, where? That man, she clearly said, I was like, she takes care of all of them. I was like, do he work? How about we just ask some pertinent questions?
Background, what you do.
Help me to understand, because he going on vacation for 2 weeks. Huh? During the pandemic, because I see, random people with masks on here and there. So clearly this was still during the pandemic. So he went to Aruba for 2 weeks on vacation. Okay, girlfriend. Okay.
Yes. I don't know what's going on with Maria's thing. If she says she's done, she better be done, because I don't think she is going to be completely done, because I think it's going to be he come back and she will have more interaction with him. Especially going to confront him while he went to Aruba. I think she will have to. He got to come home soon. So I said, where's in Aruba for 2 weeks and you ain't go with your wife? After y'all made an agreement not to travel without each other?
Your side piece. Your side piece is who in Aruba with you for 2 weeks. That's who with you. That's your spouse, your side piece.
I said, CM said, I held on to a little bit of hope. He had a job. hope he had a job. Yes. That's what I'm saying. If he does have something, okay, I will see something. But if he doesn't, he leeching off of her and he doing all this stuff, and I was like, that's the definition of a scrub, and I don't know why she was dealing with him for all this time. Listen, now he's completing this. I don't know. Maybe he's decided to do the show because she was getting on the show, and he said, "Nah, I ain't trying to be on a lot of these scenes. I'm just gonna stay out of it." And have y'all thinking I'm a deadbeat and I'm want to leave this marriage, and we was already not together anyway. So maybe that's what he was thinking. He's just
how dirty she doing, Essie, knowing that woman love her with all her heart. How dare she? I mean, the true love of your life is sitting there sticking up for you and defending you and talking about how much she love you and taking care of you and being there for you. And you just shunning her to the side. Girl, bye. How dare you do such a good woman like that? I believe that love is love, and I just feel like I seen the love in her eyes. I seen it. Was it just me? I seen it.
Yes.
I seen it.
I don't know. That shit was very passionate. She was very passionate. Yes. So let's go on to let's do Dr. Etronette. Get her out the way, because I know I admire her being a black doctor and to be a dentist, but everything else she's doing, I'm not liking at all. I don't know why she keep bringing that little white fish around, Kaylon. I don't know why she keep bringing her around, especially when she had that meeting with the other doctors so they could collaborate, so we go pay for tests for the incoming students who want to do doctor and we get in the dentistry school and pay for the tests and stuff like that and guide them into the medical field. So I do admire her doing that, and it is a great thing, because there's not a lot of black doctors that we know that aspire to be dentists and stuff like that she wanted to do that. But the fact that she brought Kane on there, I said, what was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of that? Dr. Etronette, I keep calling doctor because that's what she is, but I'm going to probably have to drop the doctor and just call her Etronette. Etronette, what is going on, girl? Why you brought that girl there? Like, what was the point of that? Because you want to see how it goes when people don't attack her. I said, who attacked her? See, that's why, when she said that, I said, who attacked her? You talking about Marie? No. Nobody attacked her. She ran out her behind when the heat was going hot, when she said, when everybody talk about their own experiences. And she ran out the room and said, we don't talk to y'all like that. We don't talk about black people like that. I was like, what? Who attacked her? So for you to come out your mouth and say she was attacked, I was like, whatever, Antoinette. Sit down. Sit down, girl. And so she got her there. The paying for the test for the young black doctors was a great idea. Mentoring them is a great idea. But then Kaylon come and said, whatever she said at that meeting, I didn't really care. She was a non-factor in my point. I don't care what she said. But that was that. But the fact that she said, I feel like Kaylon was attacked, I said, no, she wasn't. So you need to stop that. And I will have your back. I will not nobody hurt you. But she said her great-grandfather, Jefferson Davis. I'll say a girl. And she don't know what racism is. She don't know if the people don't do that. She know her family was part of that. Goodbye. Goodbye, Antoinette. Get me annoyed, you get me upset. All right, and then I do see that Antoinette do a lot of shade. She shade a lot, especially Tisha brunches. She said out of the girls. When she had that sage party, they was talking about Letitia, and you can't say nothing else. And then Kaylon brought up that people taking off shoes and earrings. I said that did not happen. So what are we getting at? And they all up say, oh, yeah. I said, Antoinette, that did not happen. What is you talking about? Nobody talking for no shoes or earrings. What's this? And now Latrice repeated that at Tampa thing. We're going to talk about that Tampa and Antoinette right in a few seconds. But what are you talking about? Nobody had done that. Good. And then she want to convince us that she had a date with a black man and she met him in Ghana and after her divorce, which is probably true. But I just don't see no chemistry between those two when they had that little scene together. It seemed like she just told us, listen, dude, let's do this scene. I don't know if he was comfortable with the cameras or not, but I didn't really see much chemistry. She freaking out of her business practice. She want to have a sip of C in 4 weeks, in the month, and she don't have most of the stuff done. I said, girl, you don't have the sip of C till you know you close to the end. What was all this ambition project? I don't know why y'all do that. Stop rushing things. It's like, let it happen. All that stuff. She want to do that. Chemistry. I know I'm putting a lot of stuff together, but I'm putting a bunch of all her things in one together. And she had no beef with Marie. But when Tampa had that sistervention, and she said people need to stay out of people's business. I said it was no business to stay out of. It was Tisha's brunch. They was arguing. What it's like we try to build a sistership so we can support Letitia brand. So for Tampa wanted to mend the hostility between y'all, told y'all gotta be cordial for the project. What was wrong with that? It was nothing wrong with that. For you get out here, same. And I was happy when Tampa said, "Are you a black woman, right?" And she would say all that, and I was like, yes, and all that stuff. She said, you need to stay out of people's business. I will always fight for what I believe in. I will always fight with all that's like that. Women need to come together. We are black women. Are you a black woman? And everything. And then she will cry that she's worried about she will fail and all that stuff like that. But yes, a lot of people side-eyeing Antoinette, and it's not looking good. We was liking the first girl, but it's not looking good. So tell me your thoughts about Antoinette.
The great-granddaughter of the Confederate and her flunky friend gets on my nerves.
Yes.
On my whole nerves. And Tambra normally, because she has, and I don't think she's putting on her voice for the radio. I think that's really how she talks.
I think that's how she
But you could tell that Tambra really was passionate about it because her voice got, a little deeper. She was ready. I was like, okay. She was like, I do this. This is what I do. This is what I have. So I agree with Tambra. If the goal is for us to come together to help her do this, then everything else that y'all are doing is taking away from what it is she's trying to do. Because the guy said, like, oh, in the streets, people are talking about your brunches. So clearly you look clucking hens, having y'all side conversations, talking about it, going places, talking about it. It's just literally getting to the root of the problem that they're talking about. Y'all are talking negatively about this girl's brunches, and then therefore it's getting all around town, and that's all they're doing is talking about these things in a negative light. So if you support her, then shut up about how you feel around other people and let her try and be great or whatever it is she gonna do. But I've been side eyeing Antoinette since episode 2 at this point. And yeah, I haven't let up off Antoinette because I was like, something about her seems very disingenuous. Like, you were married to this white man. You said you're afraid of having mixed babies. You have your BFF is the granddaughter of the Confederate, but you don't see race. Like, you don't see how what she's doing is racist or is causing issues. Not to be funny, but you are no better or worse than Latrice. Like, y'all are on the same place. Marie is a problem the same way the great-granddaughter of the Confederate is a problem. They both a problem. You sticking up for your friend. You siding with her even when she's wrong. You only telling her that she's wrong in private between the two of y'all, and then sugarcoating the fact that she's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing the same thing that you're complaining that she's doing with Marie. It's the pot calling the kettle, honey.
Yes.
My side eye continues to stick with you. You and Joe, I wanted to date this black man because I wanted my white ex-husband to see that I'm dating a black man. Girl, bye. We don't believe it as much as you don't believe it.
Yes.
Girl, bye. Like, I could tell you 100% that was one of those, oh, I'm gonna show him that I'm dating again, and it's gonna be a black guy. Like, watch. That was one of those.
Your white men like your white men. Don't try to pull a front. It's like, come on now. It's like, good.
Look, I think the white man and the great granddaughter of the Confederate all in one scene probably would have been a little too much. You know, that I think she did that to try, you know, elevate her blackness a little bit. Mm-hmm. And when Tambra, the other suspect one on the stage, is calling you out, I'm like, oh girl, yeah, well, you know you stooped a little low.
And CM, you're like, Antoinette on the show is off. And I think it is throwing off. I don't know why she's part of it. Maybe they want to show this girl who got identity crisis going on. I don't know. All that stuff is going on, but it is something going. It's something off with her, that girl. She's kind of like ditzy, and don't know why.
Kinda.
She lying herself with this girl, huh?
Kinda.
Yes, she is ditzy.
Kinda. She is book smart for days, common sense zero.
Yes.
At least Tambra got a little bit of common sense.
But Belle,
I side eye her.
Yeah, I am too. I just can't. Like I said, I do admire what she's trying to do with young black people, but the extra stuff that she's doing, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I don't know if y'all know my review. I purposely didn't talk about that Fickle Farm thing when she went with Latrice and Mel. I purposely didn't talk about that because I didn't want to talk about Kaylon anyway. So I didn't want to talk about her. So let's go on with Latrice. Okay, Latrice, right here. Couple things for Latrice, because we didn't really see her much as like that, because she was attending the brunches and everything. She had a thing. She's doing an essential hair care line, and on top of her goddess of beauty. I said, you better do it with the care products. You better do it there. All that stuff. You know, Cliff is trying to be part of it. He's been an investor, but he don't want to be a silent investor. He want to be a talkative one, to be all part of the business. And I guess she allowing it. She ain't nipping on the button, even though she trying to say, nah. But you know, make him VP, and you have him showing up to meetings, and you is annoyed, but at the same time, you like him being there. I say you have him everywhere. You show him as daddy. And I know he's not going to be called daddy on my live. He'll be called a Cliff. So I know what you're going to Cliff. So her name is Cliff. And that. Now, she did have a little thing with her brother that her brother, I don't know, is not coming around. And she said, we always communicate. And it's a sad story that she said two of her other brothers died. And I think one in a car crash and one on violence. And her brother went to jail to protect the family. And she was upset about that. And she was close. Also, another thing, it was on her anniversary. And I do want to talk about that anniversary thing too. Because I don't know why people feel the need to get on your wedding anniversary and talk some heavy, deep stuff when it should be about happiness and love and things like that. Like when Ralph was pressuring Drew on Atlanta Housewives, even though I don't know we watched that show, I watched that episode. Latrice's husband remind me of the announcer of Bringing. Oh yeah! Yes, T.O. I didn't think about it for a minute. Yes, he does remind you of him. And it was funny. It was funny. What was I saying? So, what was I saying? I don't know. That thing threw me off.
The anniversary dinner.
Yeah, the anniversary. And oh yeah, I was saying with Drew, husband was asking him, "Do you need anything to get off your chest or something like that?" She said, "Oh, you want to talk about this now? What? Really?" He said, "No, yeah." I said, "No. You had a whole year to talk about that stuff. The anniversary dinner is supposed to be nice and good day. Why are we talking about heavy stuff?" So she brought up about how he flirted with other females and stuff like that. He got upset because he said that's not true. I don't cheat on you. Everything. He's a little flirty. We seen that, but he was upset that he's considering that he cheating, all that stuff like that. He said, "No, I'm leaving him." After she said she got abandonment issues, and he left her and went to the house, took the watch back. I was like, "Oh, Cliff, he was a little petty one," but that's what it is. But at the same time, I feel the same way. It's like, don't bring that heavy stuff on the anniversary. The day after, and after what, the year before the anniversary, you can talk about that stuff, but not the anniversary. So she made it up to him because she realized she probably spoiled it, and they had a little Nancy at the end of the night and all that stuff. She gave back the ring. Yeah, I don't want to see the visual either, but she said she had a happy ending. So that's what she said. And how comes her photo shoot? I said that thing was all off. I said, you got a publicist, you got everybody. I said, well, why everything is going off? I know stuff happens, but the photographer didn't know they were shooting that day. The water was so brown. I don't know what's happening with the water. I know Tracy reminded me that it was some type of stuff going on with the water in that state for a while. So maybe that was the water was coming out brown. But I said, y'all should definitely plan that ahead of time. Y'all know that water was brown. Y'all should have bought buckets of water, something like that, and got that ready for the girls. They used the Claremont Trends from Bad Girls Club. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, I couldn't identify them because they got so much work done. And they got the photo shoot up and popping, up and running. And Cliff mentioned about how the Claremont Trend got big lips, and she didn't like that because she said some things to jabs. I would say, listen, Latrice, you could be offended all you want. I was looking at the lips and stuff like that myself, and I said, what the hell? Why they got some big jump? What they did? It was crazy. And then they did the last photo shoot. He was all off with the jeans, a white t-shirt, and they was all coming on there. I said, throw him off. Like, throw him out of it. So, and Latrice is jumping the bandwagon. She was at the bunch, so she co-signed Kaylon when she was saying that, oh, people taking off earrings and shoes. So I said, you was not there. So why are you doing that? And then you call this girl man. I said, if you want to make it up with Marie, calling her and go get back to her, calling her man is not going to make it any worse. Because then the next time you have a conversation, she probably will heard about it, and she probably will confront you about that. Even though she's going through, and that she's going through her own internal battles, she go leash after you. So you better calm down with that man conversation and not talk or stuff. So, oh yeah, her brother made up. Her brother would say, listen, the baby mama, y'all stepped her in, but my new girlfriend, y'all giving her hell. I don't want to come around because y'all gonna judge me. Y'all judge my girlfriend. Yes, she's cool. Yes, my mother in the chat. Y'all taking her in there, but every time I come around, y'all almost clown around. And she said she gonna make a better effort, but that's on Latrice. How you telling me how you feel about Latrice?
I have mixed feelings about Latrice.
Yeah.
I do. Um, that girl needs some serious counseling, some therapy, some deep therapy to deal with her daddy issues,
Yes.
because
Yes.
that is just terrible to witness on a weekly basis. How
Mm.
terrible her abandonment and daddy issues are. Girl, get therapy. I got a great therapist. You need them. I'll give you the information. You need something, because that is just terrible. There,
Yeah.
I agree with you. There is a time and a place to have difficult conversations. And this beautiful anniversary dinner, which you're not used to getting. Okay, so let's go back. So the whole, like, he played a prank on her to make her
Yeah.
think that he did nothing for her for the anniversary, but then
Yeah.
did the anniversary, was kind of cruel when you hear her say, he never does anything for me
Yeah.
like this. He never does anything like this. So I was like, that is kind of cruel on the anniversary to make her think that you didn't forget and you got her nothing. You got her some flour just to turn around and give this big expression when you know this girl got like abandonment issues, trust issues, daddy issues. Like, Cliff, you could have just like,
Just
here's the rose, blindfold you and take you on to the thing. You didn't have to, play into her insecurities any more than, she already was.
just thought I was
But
like, my gosh. Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I definitely agree that there is a time and a place to have difficult conversations with your spouse. And your anniversary dinner, although I guess in her mindset, he was like, oh, he's in a good mood, so this is a good time to talk because he's, but no, girl, yeah, he probably would have still been in a good mood the next morning. So you could have had that conversation the next day. So no, I don't agree with you on that one. But okay, girl. But then when it comes to the sister vention and her talking about Marie and all of that, if y'all have all come to the conclusion that the problem is you and Marie, it wasn't necessarily the brunch that you were attending. That was going well. You felt good about it, but you and Marie don't get along. I agree when she said, you and Marie will have this same issue regardless of where y'all meet up. My brunch isn't the thing. So if you know you don't like this person and y'all don't get along, then it isn't necessarily the brunch that's the problem. It's the two of you. So I do definitely think trying to imply that her brunch is the real reason for the problem is a little wrong, because it's not. That's just not what that is. But you want to poke the bear with Marie. I mean, don't be mad when she poked the bear back.
Mm-hmm.
And then her photo shoot. I'm giving it multiple side eyes. Number one, it is at least like a 5-hour drive from Atlanta to Mississippi. At least 5 hours. Because I drove from Atlanta to Alabama and it was 2.5. And Mississippi on the other side. So that's 5 hours. So you're going to tell me your photographer didn't know about this photo shoot, but you told him that day that he had to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's a 5-hour drive. So he got up at 5 o'clock and like, help me make this make sense. So it's like, what did he do? Like, how did that work? Okay, I don't believe you. I don't. So I feel like that was a little implied, like to make it seem more than what it really was, because that just didn't make sense. Like, that is a long drive to say, oh, he didn't know, he's just on his way now. And he 45 minutes away. Girl, bye. Like, that don't make no sense. But okay. And then when it came to the water, okay, I get it. I mean, because that water looked like, no offense, that looked like some Flint, Michigan water right there. That water looked real suspect. If that's the water that's coming out of your tap, I'm gonna need y'all to call somebody, because that's not good. But the fact that she has hair, does hair, multiple people that does hair, and they was like, oh, just wash the hair like that. And the lady had to be like, no, I am a licensed hair. No. I was like, all of y'all hair people in this room and none of y'all realize that the dirty, nasty water was a problem for processed hair? But okay. But then the fact that Cliff he was so great to say, oh, take these gallons of water and just wash it with that and heat it up. I was like, now if he was the smart one out of the group that came up with that, like using bottled water was a smart idea and Cliff fixed it. I'm like, now, did y'all like stage this to be more chaotic than it really was so that he looks better? Because some things just weren't lining up for me. I guess if it would have just been the photographer is running late, the people, the twins are coming, but I'm pushing them back because the photographer is late, and we have no hot water, so we're heating water in the microwave to wash their hair, would have been like, okay, that's enough drama on the day of your photo shoot to still be kind of interesting. So I don't know if they played up the drama for the scene or if they all really just that simple that they was like, we're going to wash hair in dirty water and it's going to be okay. Like, girl, you have a whole hair care line. This ain't a good look for you and your business. Like, but okay, girl. Who am I to judge?
Oh, yeah, right.
But okay, girl.
Well, listen. We're going to talk about Tambra a little bit. And then we're going to do the t-shirt. Then we're going to move on to Love and Marriage. All right. So, Tambra Cherie. All right, y'all. This last episode, I don't know. I said in my live, which I remember I saying that I could tolerate her voice, which I probably still can. But I don't know, this past episode, I don't know. It probably was overboard. I came late last night. I was like done with it because I watched Love and Marriage 100 before I watched Belle Collective. And I was like overwhelmed. I was taking notes. I said, okay. But I don't know. Her voice just got octave that last night. And the way she was laughing and talking about things. I said, girl, calm it down a little bit. There's a level to your voice. You already have a high pitch screaming voice, and the fact that you like, I was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, she said, I don't think the couple of them will be great. I was like, girl, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. Look, Tambra, calm down, girl. We get it. And then she was laughing because she made number one day. I was nice. I was like, good. You made number one. And then she wanted to do the real. And Gary the T was like, oh, that's not it. Because if you want to do a serious thing with a politician and stuff like that, you was maybe too hype about it. She said, everything. I'm going to go that. And I was like, oh, girl. And Gary T said, that's not it. That's not it. If you're going to do a serious angle, you got to go serious with that. And do a different angle. She said, you saying I wanted to change my voice. I said, no, he didn't try to change you. He said, tone it down. Like, that's what he's saying. And do a different angle. So that was that. And now, she want to start a family. She's thinking about that. She still want to do her career. And she getting back with Damon, which I said, girl, listen. You've been with 16 years. Y'all did not end it with a bad note. You 40. I think he's close to 40. Just get back with him. I don't know why we doing all this dancing for. If he still obviously like you, he still love you all way, shape, or form. Listen, am I 40 and I have somebody who loves me still and everything, and I have to go start all over? Just get with the person because he had no kids yet. All that stuff. Just get with him because like we don't got time like this. We not getting younger. We getting older. Just be with him like that. So she got to go through another surgery for her fibroids and everything, if she want to conceive, because she fold her eggs and stuff like that. So I know next week, she going to ask him about fertilizing the eggs. I don't know how that going to work, but we'll see. But if he probably love her, he had to think about that. But at the same time, y'all getting back together and all that stuff. So when Letitia asked her about the couples dinner, she didn't think that was a good idea. I said, what? It's not a good idea to have a couples dinner with someone you know for 16 years. Obviously, Tisha know Damon. So why would it not be a good idea to bring him when y'all getting back together and y'all probably back together and you don't think it was a good idea? I said, girl, what you talking about? And then she was laughing. The person would be that good idea. I was like, girl, good. And she said, Yeah, and I had to tell them about my fibroids and everything, and you know, I'm trying to ask them to befriend about my eggs, and it's gonna be something because I was like, okay, so you want to ask them for that? That's not a bad idea to ask them right off the back when y'all just getting back together, but it was not. It's a bad idea to do the couples brunch, you know, the couples dinner. I said, okay, all right, Tampa, and I do. She is very fiery. She is passionate about the woman empowerment and getting together and stuff like that. So, how you feel about Tampa? Because that's all I could give her.
Okay, so when it comes to her, like, great, she made midday. She got her award. That's beautiful. Her voice, especially when she's like laugh or she's really excited.
It's a caller.
Woo! It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
It definitely is a whole lot. Like, she gives me like Michelle meets Minnie Mouse. I get it. It's just a whole lot. But when she said like, "Oh, we just getting back together," and I don't know if you know, a couples thing is too much. I thought the couples thing was just going to be like Latrice and Glenn, and then her and her dude. I was like, wow, that seems very odd to say that that's going to be too much for him if we're just getting back together, knowing that you about to ask this man to fertilize your eggs. But okay, girl. But then once I realized the couples dinner was going to be with all them different couples, I was like, no, I understand why she said no, because me and him are just getting back on the good foot. He knows me, he loves me, he can deal with me and all that comes with me, but them heifers over there, like, I don't know if he could tell. And because we have this idea when it comes to men that it's like the last thing they want to do is be mixed into some women drama. And it seems like, you know, with that group of women, it's nothing but women's drama. So, yeah, I understand protecting your relationship, even if it's been 16 years, 20, whatever. Like, that's not a good look for us. But I love you, girl. So I get her on that aspect, especially knowing him that long. She knows him well enough to know. Because when she was trying to talk to him about like the sister vention and all that, he wasn't very interested in that. He doesn't seem very interested in women's issues. So I get her being like, nah, that's probably not a good look for us. Nah, no. So I get her on that part. But I definitely agree with you. You said because her voice is so high pitched and she is so she seems to be very excited, and she's like this, like she's supposed to go, and she talks so fast and she does all these things. I can see her really struggling to try and get into like serious television, like serious news. Also, not just because if you look at the local person on your news station, they're not very overly made up. They don't wear very fabulous clothes. They don't do like your local news reporter who's talking about stuff doesn't seem that way. So it does seem like she is more suited for entertainment because she is so high pitched and she has so much energy and she's so all over the place. I kind of agree with Gary. Don't show nobody that. Don't do that, girl. Just stick where you at. Stick on the radio. Maybe do it like a podcast. Or I think they said that she used to host like red carpets and stuff like that. Yeah. I could see her doing red carpets because she does have so much energy. But serious news, it ain't it, honey. It is not. That is not the thing for you, boo. Leave that alone.
Oh, well. Yes, so they brought the two men together that is trying to take. Oh, okay. They brought the two men together that is trying to take their woman's money. Now they are super profits. Oh, okay. What was it? Oh, you talk about Cliff and you talk about Glenn? Oh, okay, I see that. Let me see. They try. Okay, yeah. Cliff do want to get in the business with the hair care after he say, oh, he don't believe her hair product. Now she making multi-million-dollars. Now he want to be part of it. And Glenn with the contract. Oh yeah, we about to talk about that because he won 50% shares of her business.
Now hold on, wait. Now if Cliff was the only smart person to realize that they needed to use bottled water, then I think he probably do deserve a cut, because apparently y'all can't get basic stuff together. So I don't know. Cliff might have a point there, because I was like, oh, Cliff had the great idea to use bottled water. Mm-hmm. All of y'all was like, just wash it in the dirty water. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cliff might have a point. Cliff might need to be quality control. Like I think he might have a role in that company if that was a true thing. If that was true, he might need to keep his VP position.
Yes.
For the rest of us.
That's what I'm saying, because I was surprised that everybody was like, oh yeah, we can do this. I said, no. That thing look dirty. I said, I ain't want that dirty one in my hair. Letitia. So we heard about Letitia talk about her man, Glenn. And he a towboater. He's away for 28 days and coming for 14 days. So when she came home the first time, she was telling him that, listen, I'm doing the Fabric Street project. He was so happy about that because she's been talking about this for a while, and he now decided that it's going to happen. And he said, yeah, I'm going to support you. I said, I'm going to support you. I'm going to be there for everything. Now, she was on the phone trying to do emails, calling people, and stuff like that. He was going to the house and the cabinets. It was basically empty. It was nothing there. Basically no food. The refrigerator looked barren. I was like, oh. Now, I have two things, which I say, okay, granted. He going for 28 days, and he coming home for 2 weeks. Maybe a home cooked meal would have been okay. You had to cater to him for 2 weeks after you told him you're not going to cater to him. But at the same time, at least some food or cater food if you don't want to cook and everything. But at the same time, a man, a king in the household. If you don't see those stuff in the refrigerator or something like that, I ain't gonna bother her being petty and vacuum cleaning while she's on the phone. Take the keys, get your son, and you gotta go shopping and something like that. Get the food in the house and clean up. I don't know. That's how I was done. It's like that. I said, there's equal opportunity to work together. It's like that. That's how I was done. I said, all right, ain't no food here. I get some food here. All that stuff. Or she could order some food. I don't know. But he is being a little on one about that. Oh, you need to do this for me. You need to do that for me. Do this. She just told you she can't be there for you like that. Every day, the first night, maybe she might good meal. But at the same time, you're going to be there for the next 15, 13 days. You can at least do some shopping yourself. Shit. It's all. It's like, what was that? What was the problem? And then, so after all that said and done, he was saying that, oh, yeah, I'm support you, but we need to have some contract going on. First of all, he didn't even say a contract. He said a contract. I said, what's a contract? And she said, a contract? He said, yeah, we need to have a contract. And I was like, okay, so what is about this contract we had to do? What was it? Like, give us some details. What exactly is going to be on this contract that you want us to have? And she said, I ain't doing that. What the hell are you trying? And he was very adamant about the contract. I said, oh, okay. So she just said, you know what? Last time he came home, I messed up. I should have did this and everything. So this time I come home. He came home, she cooked some dinner, or she maybe had somebody cook, I don't know. But that dessert, I said, what the hell, Tisha? That dessert ain't look all right. She just threw it. I don't know if that was a cheesecake, but that cheesecake was a last leg. That cheesecake was dying to the death. Whatever, everything else food was good, but that cheesecake didn't look right. So she did that. She had this singer called Air, who supposed to come out with a keyword. She took a long time to come out, all that stuff, and then they went to the couples. Then they went to a balance coach. I said, oh, you have to go to a balance coach. The balance coach, and they talk about it. And after all said and done, they did the exercise. They understand each other, if he claimed he understand. And then he pulled it out. I said, I know he didn't. I was ready to curse him out. And then she said, okay. And he said he wants 50% of the business, any venture, business ventures that she's planning on. He wants 50%. So she said, oh, okay. Badass, I bought my own contract. And I said, oh, snap. All right, Tisha. And Tisha said, I will give you 51%. I said, then you got to add the extra 1%, girl. Come on now. Yeah, for 50%. 51% if we propose to me, we renew our vows, and you stay with me for the rest of our life, all that stuff. Then we could do this contract. And he was stunned because he was like, oh, I ain't think she was going to beat me with the contract. I said, yeah, you brought it up now. She brought it up in front of your face. So And then she told Marie about the brunch. She told Marie, and Marie said, "You know what? I'm very apologized and everything. I will not have that happen again. I understand that I messed up your brunches, and it might mess up her chance of doing Ferris Street." So she said she's gonna calm down. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have any more brunches, but we'll see if Marie will keep her word and everything. But like I said, the second brunch, it was not on all Marie. Kanon was on one too. So we'll see about that. And she was down and out that people was not responding back to her brunches until the councilman told her exactly what was happening. And I think that's it. And then, the balance coach asked her to do the couples dinner. Because maybe you need to surround yourself with other couples. And then you get that feedback and you see other stuff like that, the Black Love. And then Latrice bought her husband. Mel bought her date. Marie bought a date that was so tall. And I was like, who is he? Like, who is he? Like, I was like, what was going on? I was like, you hire help. What's going on here? And that's it. Yo, take on Letitia.
Did she listen to air before? You know what? Never mind. Let me just I'm not gonna do that. That is so wrong. Okay, so when it comes to, is it just me, or when she had air hiding in the closet and then popped out the closet for Glenn was looking like, "Oh, we about to get it cracking," and then they was like, "No."
He was excited.
Was that just me?
Did that before? Yes, I forgot to say that. He was excited. So you can continue on. He was excited.
Did he just think it was about to be something else that it wasn't, and he got excited for no reason? Because she was like, "Oh no, sit down. I'm gonna walk her out." I was like, okay. But then what was the idea of having her hide in the bedroom closet? I mean, if y'all was gonna have dinner, you could just have her come out and serenade him while y'all was eating. But then again, I don't know. That wasn't well planned out, but that ain't none of my business. But I mean, Air at least got herself on TV. Can't get mad at the girl for that. Shoot, I mean, she did something. But when it came to the balance coach and them and the contract and all of that, I think if they have a very traditional marriage where she stops everything for him and takes care of him for 2 weeks, and then he goes out for a month, and they have been doing this for umpteen years.
That is true.
It is very
hard for him to change that.
Hard for him to wrap his mind around, it's not going to be the same. And then I don't think she also explained it to him very well, because she don't explain anything very well. She doesn't explain things very well. So I think he was assuming like, okay, things are going to be a little different, but things are very different. If you're normally drop everything and cater to someone and you've been doing it for years and then you stop doing it, I understand a little bit why Glenn is looking at her with the side eye like, you've been doing this for 20 years and now all of a sudden
doing, yes, that's what they said.
Normally that's the indication that somebody's cheating or something's not right, or you're trying to build up this money to leave me. Those kind of things do run through someone's head when you do a very stark change from what you have always done. So, okay. On the other hand, Glenn and this doggone, I want 50%. But if she's been doing this for years, and Tamara said 5 years, how have you never wanted 50% of it before?
Yes. That's
or is it that before she was doing it like as a side project, as a hobby, as something to do while he was gone to keep herself busy, and now she's making she wants to make a career out of it, which is, I guess, a little different, because when you're like a stay-at-home wife and mom, you need something to do. So maybe brunches before was just kind of like a hobby, and now she wants to make it a whole business. And now he's like, okay, I want a piece of the cut, because I'm like, something about this just don't seem right. Because why has he? If you've been doing this for 5 years, why has he never asked for a piece of the cut before? Now, but if you've been doing this forever, why is it now that you can't do what you used to do. Not that you need to do everything, but it's a very stark difference when you say, I stop everything and take care of you for the 2 weeks that you're home.
That's understandable.
And now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can't do nothing for you. Figure it out on your own. Like, that is a very stark thing to start doing. I know I wouldn't be able to get away with it. And I'm a very strong, independent person. I wouldn't be able to get away. If you've been doing this for 20 years and now all of a sudden you want to stop,
yeah.
Who you fooling? Like, what's, something about this ain't right. It's not going to work. So there's a little piece of me that can understand where Glenn is coming from.
Yeah, I understand that. But if I would eat, shit, I'd go and get my food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm grown. I got a car. I'll go get me something to eat. Like, ain't nobody worried about you. I could order something to eat. We could make food happen. But I can definitely kind of understand it being a little odd. But then when they went to their dinner and they was talking, and I could understand, she said, we've been together since high school. We've grown up together. We are like this, like, oh, okay. It gives so much more of an insight into their relationship to be like, okay, yes, y'all have had infidelities. Y'all have weathered the storm. Y'all have made it work. Okay, I get it. That you could see the way he kind of still looks at her, that there still is that there still are like a mutual attraction there, that he still does, have feelings for her and love her, even if he may have stepped out in the past or something like that. But then was it just me when Marie came in with that other guy? She was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah,
what is your husband? Like, where's your husband? Like, oh my God.
This is a couple's dinner. We need to have Cedric here, even though he's a deadbeat. Cedric. I was like, who is that? And she was kind of, oh, I'm done with him. I'm done. I said, you ain't done, girl. Okay.
What else I also don't understand is, if y'all don't work out and y'all get a divorce, don't y'all split marital assets 50-50 any doggone way? Unless you have a prenup. Or maybe that's also just here in New York. But unless it's a part of your prenup, if you start something while in the course of the marriage, when y'all divorce, y'all split it 50-50. So, I mean, technically, I guess he wasn't asking for anything crazy, because y'all was split it 50-50 anyway. And if y'all still together, y'all have joint bank accounts. You gone 20 days out, 28 days. I'm at home with the kids, so I got the bank account. I'm the one who paying all the bills, doing all the stuff anyway. So I just don't understand. Do they got separate checking accounts? Maybe that's the piece I'm not getting. Like, something about that just seems real.
Yes.
Either faked for a storyline, which her storyline was interesting enough without it. So either A, it's faked for a storyline, or B, they keep separate assets in their relationship. And his money is his, her money is hers. Yeah. And let's say they just jointly put money in the account together for household expenses or something like that. Because something just seemed real off about this.
Yeah, it does seem off. It does seem off. We'll see more of the info about her relationship with Glenn. Sequoia said, I would not want to invest with her, knowing that her husband would get most of my investment if they broke up. I mean, that's true. Though, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Tisha, hope you're doing the right thing, girl, with this contract. So we'll see. All right, we're going to jump into Love and Marriage, because we got 2 other shows to talk about. And I'm just going to talk about certain key points of Love and Marriage that stood out to me. The fact that Tisha is so gun-ho about bringing family members to an event that is not invited. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if I invite you, if you don't tell me beforehand that this person's coming, I might be okay if they came, but let me know. But if you just go bring them, especially if we don't really get along like that, to come to my event, then it's going to be an issue. It's going to be fun. Now, how Kimmy respond to Miss Wanda is how Kimmy should respond to Miss Wanda. because at the end of the day, it was her son's graduation event. And if she didn't invite Miss Wanda, and you didn't tell Wanda she was not invited, then none of that stuff would happen. So I was like, okay, girl, you doing the most. You're doing the most. And Tisha know her husband creeping and using her mom to distract. Yeah, I think Tisha knows something that Marceau is doing. Like, none of us don't believe that Marceau is innocent. We just haven't gotten caught yet. Now, not 20 women, but I think believe he's doing something. So like that. And that mama Miss Wanda is not letting up. She's still gun-ho about that Marceau is doing something. So, and she said in this past episode, what are you doing driving a sports car when you going on a camping trip? I was like, oh, I just wanted to calm down. but Tisha's like, I don't understand why Tisha's not getting it. And in every freaking scene, she keep bringing it up. She brought it up in the podcast. Kimmy tell her, I said, listen, the point A was the issue. She was not invited, and you brought her to the event. That's the issue. It's not how I greeted her, because after all that stuff, after she was invited, then none of that stuff matters. She was not invited. If she was not came there, then none of that stuff would have happened. And then you had to apologize. Whatever. I don't think she ready to apologize. She just don't want to understand. We family. No, that's your family. Y'all just family to brothers. That's it. So I don't understand that. So I don't know why people feel like if you invite people, because you're family, even family members need some get an invitation, because you might not rock with a lot of your family members. I said, who bought this cousin TT who want to fight all the time? Don't want cousin TT in my house. No, don't be telling. No, we're not doing that. You need to tell me if cousin TT gonna come to my house. No, that's not happening. Cause I have something around that watching that chick, because we not having cousin TT backing up. So no, you gotta let them know. She said, "Oh, my kids." I said, "Sometime yes, sometime no." If we have an adult party and you decide you want to bring your kids, and what about I'll say I don't have nothing for your kids around. Nothing. And if you do decide to bring, I say, okay, I'm gonna have a separate little place for the kids. They can play in the room and everything, but let them know. Don't just invite them in the party and don't tell them. So the aspect of not understanding the inviting, I don't get why Tisha didn't understand that. She's not understanding. We all know she has a IQ test scores of emotional child of 6 years old. We don't know what she's dealing with, but that's all we go. Just like freaking family reunion. You told her about my IQ test scores? Oh, you said this, baby. All right, so then Marceau lied and said Kimmy understand, and Kimmy agreed that she was rude. I said Kimmy did not agree. I don't know why you lying to Miss Wanda with that. Marceau, stop it. Kimmy did not say that. Kimmy was on your next, and to the point that she cursed. We don't hardly see Kimmy curse. In fact, she said, F that, that's not a party. So stop it. So I don't know why she don't understand that part. So tell me your viewpoints about fighting family members, why Tisha not understanding, and why Miss Wanda's not understanding that either. So what was going on?
Yeah, you want to switch the picture out for Love and Marriage Festival while I do that? Yeah, no, got you. So of course, I think Tisha doesn't want to understand why it's a problem, because Tisha wants her mother there to be the buffer to be able to say and do whatever it is that she wants. So she wants her mom to say those things that she's thinking, but she doesn't want to say, because there is no way that, and if you go back and look, Kimmy said, oh, we talked about your mom coming and I told you this was not the place. And she still invited her mother. So they talked about it. She told you not to. You still invited this woman. And I don't know why Tisha, for some reason, believes that her mother is their family. She's not. She's not. She's your family. We're married. We're not sisters. We're married to brothers. So technically, we're in-laws. Honey, we're not sisters. We don't have like the same daddy, different mamas. We not sisters. Miss Wanda is nobody's mama but yours. The only people who truly should have to deal with her are you and Marceau, not the rest of us. If we don't want her somewhere, we shouldn't have to be forced to deal with her because you are afraid to have conversations with people on your own. And
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, for the life of me, when she sat there and her and Mel was on the phone, and Mel was like, "Oh, your mom was really wrong for talking about my girls." And she was like, "Oh, I don't think my mom would say that. That doesn't sound like my mom." I was like, "Girl, who
That's
the
what I said.
devil is a lie. That sounds
That's
just
what I
like
said.
your mama." When Maurice said like, "Oh, like her going there and seeing them, she was gonna do that, and this is how she acted." She was like, "Yeah, yeah, she is prone to acting like that, but it was only because Kimmy was rude to her when she said, hi to her." Like, no, you just said your mama is prone to acting the fool. This
Mm-hmm.
this is how she is. So it had nothing to do with how Kimmy greeted her. She was gonna act the fool because your mama act the fool.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
girl, you can't, you say one thing, then you do another, then you always be like, "Oh, well, I'm like, why are you making me agree with Marcel? Like, I don't want to agree with this man,
That's what
but
I
you
said.
keep on making me agree with him because you just, girl, you're like, just say it. Just say, I don't like Melody, and I want the rest of y'all not to like Melody. And if you don't dislike her because I dislike her, then, I'm a sick my mama on you. Just say that, because that's what it
Yeah.
is. Just say what it is. Just do that. I at least could appreciate your honesty.
Oh yeah, I just can't with this girl. I can't with Tisha. She get on my nerves. She was doing the most. The most she is not getting it. She's not getting it. All right. Yeah, let's continue on back on Tisha Marceau and Miss Wanda. This last episode, Marceau say, "Listen, no." Miss Wanda was like, what's going on? She was saying, "Listen, why are you driving a sports car going to the camping trip when you had another car you could take? That's not a freaking camping trip car and everything." And he said, "Oh, I drive when I need to drive and everything." And she said, "Oh, maybe you have someone with you. Maybe you had someone in that front seat. Maybe you had that day. You ain't no thing. You ship your freaking right somewhere, and now you want to play around a sports car to a camping thing." And there she alluded that she may have cut the brakes. I don't know if she was lying about it, or she was funny, a bit cracking jokes, or she actually did something to his car. Because we do know he didn't cause an accident. Somebody hit him, and then he hit someone else. So it's like, okay, he didn't actually hit someone directly. He just got hit, and then it's an action, like a ripple effect happening. But she said, "Oh, I did something to your car." I said, "Oh, Miss Wanda, don't be criminating yourself in front of television like that, girl. What be doing that?" You did set his brakes, but she's not letting go. So Tisha said, "So why did you drive with a sports car and everything? My mind ain't gonna lie about that." I said, "Listen, Tisha, see, you know something's going on, but you just don't want to say. You put up a front like it's all on Mel. Mel is lying. Mel don't know what she's talking about. Mel don't know this. Mel don't know that. The viewers don't know what they're talking about. The viewers know my husband ain't do this. My husband ain't do that." I said, "Listen, whether he did or not, first of all, he don't wear his wedding ring. I don't know why he don't wear his wedding ring. I'm still on that. That's point of that. He don't wear it hard most of the scenes because I be watching. It's like that. He don't be wearing it. And yes, it is a little iffy why he drive a sports car to a camping trip. Because you can't drive that type of car on a camping trip. It's in woods. It could get stolen. It's not the type of camping trip car. So, like I said, he never got caught. He's a little good with his discretion. Now, if he never cheated, we don't care. Whatever. But we know he's doing something. And Miss Wanda's not letting go. She's not letting go. So, and he said, "Listen, you get in this house, you could go right out the house." Oh, she said, "You kick me, I could leave." She said, no. Because at the end of the day, it is your two houses. And if she can't respect the husband to the house, it is what it is. She said, "Don't be disrespecting my mom." I said, "Listen, girl, you bring your mom all the time, and your mom is acting up." So, and I see why he has a reaction towards your mom and how he's frustrated between you and your mom. Now I see more and more so, even though he is a little douchebag, but I still see why he's acting towards y'all. Because y'all are giving him the headache. Y'all give him a headache. I like that. So, your thoughts about that the scene with Miss Wanda, Tisha, and Marcel.
When she said I might have cut your brakes, I was like, oh, Oh, I see why he don't like you. I understand, because who you are the mother-in-law that we all have nightmares about. Nobody wants you as a mother-in-law. But okay, lady. Um, when it comes to him driving his sports car to the camping trip, I have questions. Like, was it a nice new sports car? So I wanted to show out in front of the fellas with my new car, and stun on them. Like, because men like cars and they like showing off their cars. So I understand him saying, like, I didn't want to take my work truck because, it's a work truck. But so was it, I was trying to stunt? Because if he had his side piece in the car with him and he was going to film a camping scene, that don't make much sense, to bring your side piece with you to film the scene. But okay, maybe he was just dropping her off and then double back. I don't know. But I could tell you one thing. I truly think that Martell and Marcel was doing stuff. So Martell knows the truth. Maybe not 20 women, but he knows what has happened because they were doing dirt together at one point. And that is why he will not go super hard against Melody and Martell, because they know enough dirt about him. And I think Mel knows, because when her and them were good, they pillow talk. So she may not have all the details, but she has enough details to know, no, honey, your husband was right with my husband doing the do when he was doing the do with who he was doing the do with. So I think some of it is Tisha wants people to not like Mel, not believe Mel, not trust Mel, not film with Mel, because Mel might have or might say something that will pop this bubble of a marriage that she's living in. So she wants to try and silence her as much as she can.
Yes.
But I do think that because Tisha allows Wanda to just go unchecked, it causes more problems for her than sometimes it's worth. Like, I get Miss Wanda coming to some things, or filming with your mom or showing up places. But if you loved your mama so much, why didn't you let your mama come to your podcast and cut up?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you let her ruin your event? I didn't see her at this Black Daughters event. She
got
kids that she's...
That's true.
She got kids that she's taking care of, and this is that and the third, and she got these girls. Where was she at then? Why don't you invite her to your events to come cut up, act the fool? You let her cut up and act the fool at your house behind closed doors, but you don't invite your own mama to your events? Why? Because she cut up and act the fool. You don't want her ruining your events.
Yeah, but okay. Ruined. Yeah.
Exactly. So I give Tisha and Miss Wanda y'all making me agree with this man, and I don't want to agree with this man at all, y'all. Come on now. But you see how when he left out, he was like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go leave now. She was like, where you going? Don't leave. He was like, oh no, I'm gonna go do what I do. Like, so oh wait, you leave the camera people and then you dip off to go do what you do. Oh, okay, sir. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And I was gonna say he drives his sports car because of the open road. Plus, he don't get to drive it often. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, I ain't know a big deal about it. It's just that wow, he would drive that to the freaking camp trip. But Miss Wanda has other thoughts. I thought Tisha and the side chick talked to each other. Well, it's supposed to be the hairstylist, so we don't even know if it's true or not, because they're trying to debunk that rumor, and they had that little live, and the lady, she said, "Oh no, it's not true." And I said, "Whatever, he doing something. If it's not true, it's somebody else." All right, so
I believe it. I truly believe that it was with Ariane, who the one Martell is dating. I think that it was someone either at that sports bar or at that club that they all kind of would go out to hang out and do stuff at. I truly think he has done something, and Martell knows the dirt.
Yeah, I believe so too. All right, so let's talk about let me see. Let's go with this whole thing with Martell and everything. And I think we could end it there because that was the two major things. Tisha, her mom, and Monsoul thing, and then Melody, Martell, and his little drama going on. I do want to say that Destiny did invite the girl. Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about. Destiny inviting the girl, how Tisha was acting like a small child, so what these 21 questions she was asking. I said, girl, if you're going to go or not, stay home or go to the trip. All right, what are all this question about? All right, so Martell. Don't know why he always try to bring Melody names on stuff that he's doing. He always blaming Melody and everything. If Melody put it out there, if Melody didn't do this, Melody cheated. Melody had done this. Melody had done that. Melody told my kids that I have a girlfriend. Melody had done that. I said, listen, your kids is grown enough, especially when they were talking to Miss Ida. They know what was up. Melody had said one word and that freaking meaning. She listened to all her kids was talking about, except for the little baby. And Mariah, she wasn't talking. But the Martell Jr. and the Malia, oh, they were talking up the storm. And she said one word, she feed her to them. So they know what's going on with their daddy. That's like that. So for you to blame everything, it's your actions, man. Your action is the one who's doing it to your kids. And now it took Sodoric from his personal experience to tell you exactly how it affects the kids and how some kids could act up, some kids could be quiet and withdrawn and don't say nothing. Some kids, whatever, will speak their truth with explosive, whatever. Kids will take things differently based on what they see. And no parent don't have to say nothing. They absorb everything that's happening. And we're not meant to say that they go to school and some people and their friends was talking about it too. Because they mothers and their fathers and sisters or brothers that watch the show. So the kids will see this thing. So now he understand, oh yeah, I gotta start do differently. But everything you go, you want to throw Melanie out there like she's the problem. And you's not the one who had a 5-year relationship. Which I don't understand why he don't think that was the issue. Oh, if she not. And another thing, the camper trip. Like I said in my review, guys gonna be guys. Because I don't see what way they feel like what he said at that freaking camper trip was, oh, I'll grant it. Let me say this. If you are dissatisfied in a relationship and sexually with your partner, and if you have talked to your partner and they don't want to change, they're gonna guarantee it should give you the right to cheat on them. If they're not working it out and they're not trying to fix it, leave. So it will be an issue. I mean, I know sometimes it's hard, but at the same time, you just got to do it. You decided to have a 5-year relationship instead of working it out and making it work. Why is she not giving you any head, whatever you can keep saying? It's because maybe she know you was out there cheating and she don't want to have sex with you, but you know you was doing something. So for you to blame that, it's not because she wasn't satisfied with me and all that stuff like that. That's why I went out there cheat. And then the guy said, oh, yeah, I understand that. It's hard. If I was like, y'all just going to be guys. Instead of calling him out on it, maybe this says that, why did you understand why your wife would cheat on you? Not to say, oh, yeah, if she's not satisfying me, yeah, I understand why Montel did it. I said, oh, y'all two going to be something else. But they did get on him. But at the same time, they wasn't completely getting on him and getting on his rocks because of what he was saying. They so low-key agreed with Martell about that. I was like, all right, y'all. So, and then he confirmed the pregnancy. What we all want to know. Because he didn't want to say in Dr. Heavenly's live. He didn't want to say it another time. He said in this episode in this season that, yes, he connected dates. And there's a strong possibility. Well, he said it is. Because he's connected dates and he know that, yes, she's pregnant and that's his child. And now he want nobody else to say nothing. More so trying to fish it out of Maurice. I'm glad Maurice ain't say nothing, but he said, you want to talk to Martell and find out? You talk to Martell to find out. I ain't going to say nothing. Because I thought he was going to say it. And I said, Maurice, come on, man. So You know, he revealing the pregnancy and all that stuff like that. Then he talked to his mom, and whatever. The mom was crying and things like that because she still like Mel, and she just said maybe things will work in the future. It may not work that now. I said, Mom, Mel is done, and she better be done. If she come back next season, then they come back together, have another child. Roll my eyes so deep. I said, I ain't watching that show. I'll be like, Mel, you getting on nerves with this roller coaster you're giving us. So tell me how you feel about this, Martell, revealing his pregnancy, always blaming on Mel, don't want to take responsibility, the kids knowing what's going on. Mm-hmm.
One, I feel like their kids are old enough to hear things. Mm-hmm. Not only to hear things, to overhear things, to hear things at school, to have questions, to you walk in and your mother's crying. Like, they're old enough to figure out things. Not the littlest one. Like, I could like the baby is like not even one. Yeah. You could understand the baby. Like, if their kids was, let's say, 4, 3, 2, 1, if they were exactly stair steps and little, I could understand him saying, oh, well, mommy said you had a girlfriend. And it truly being like, oh, she clearly had to tell it. Because a 3-year-old doesn't just normally pick that up. But them kids old enough, they in school, they hear things, they see things. So, no. I do believe that Martell is trying to feed this narrative that Melody cheated and Melody is in the wrong and I did what I did because she did this to try and save face. But sir, nobody believes you. Nobody. Because with your personality type, if that woman would have cheated, you would have never stayed. She was dumb enough to stay for a good long time and, you know, allowed this to go on and thought that you would change and do better. But you would have never changed. When it comes to the men in the camping trips, I think the men had to tread very lightly with Martell and halfway somewhat agree with him to get him to keep opening up and to talk. Yeah, because I feel like if they would have said, oh, nah, you wrong, Mrs. and the third, he would have shut down and he would have left. Mm-hmm. So I don't necessarily think it's so much that they agree, because in the confessionals, they was like, oh, you had to do this, or this is going to happen. And they definitely seem to be, you know, at the site a little more understanding towards him. Because they wanted him to keep talking. Because otherwise, he wouldn't have talked about it and he would have closed down. So,
closed down. Yeah, that's true.
Some of it to me seems like, oh, we're gonna agree with you as much as we can because we still have wives to go home to, and we're not trying to sleep on the couch for you and your foolishness. You know, we ain't trying to do that, but we need to get this. We need to make sure we get this conversation out here and now, because you know. We need to have this dialogue and discussion. I do appreciate Siddharth explaining to him how it made him feel as a child and being very candid and open about the situation and how it affects the kids differently and how, you know, his other siblings took it very differently depending on what their ages are and all of that kind of stuff. Because I don't think Martell respects women very much. So hearing it from a woman, it would have went in one ear and out the other. I do think he at least respects the men a little more to be more accepting of what they are saying to him. And not just immediately jump to, oh, Melody, because he blames Melody for everything. Mm-hmm. For everything. And I think maybe with the guys, he feels a little safer to kind of open up and, you know, do things with, or he's willing to accept things from them a little more. So, I mean, but I think what really gets me, because even when he was talking to his mom and he was like, yeah, no, we're really going through the divorce. And she asked, like, is it true? He was like, yeah, unfortunately, you know, yeah, she is pregnant. And, you know, I wish things could be different. I was like, how does this make this other woman feel to hear you say, like, yeah, she really is. I wish she wasn't. Or, you know, I wanted to get back with Melody. I told her, let's just take the kids and run off and leave everything behind. Like, how does this make you feel as a woman to hear this man talk about, you know, yeah, she's pregnant, but I'm not really happy about it. Yeah, it's kind of mine. Like,
Well,
I don't think I could deal with that one.
well.
At all.
Uh-huh. I don't know if I can deal with that. That's how much I can say about this thing. I think the last thing I want to talk about is very briefly the event that Tisha had. Destiny invited the girls to the camping trip. Not a camping trip, a girls trip. And it might be a camping trip. It looked like it's in the woods anyway. So a trip. And she invited Melody. And Melody said, agree, she will go. Even Kimmy was like, oh, I didn't think she was going to say yes. But Melody said, okay, I go. Tisha's the one who was like, oh, who else going? Who's going? All of us right here. And she said, oh, can we have some rules and regulations when we not gonna? I said rules and regulation. What we did? We in school, girl. What we doing? Like we not doing all that. Rules and regulation. I said just you stay in your lane. She stay in her lane. Y'all have to say nothing to each other. It is what it is. I mean, we go trying to patch things up, ease the thing conversation, ease it up. But come on now. And then she said, "Oh, can we drive different cars so we won't be stuck?" I said, "Girl, you want to drive your car? Drive your car. Like what is going on here? It's like." Maybe Destiny wanted to have you all in one car. But if you don't want to drive with the car, I think you would understand, given the nature of y'all two friendship or the lack of, she would not going to have y'all drive in the same car. If you want to drive your own car, go ahead and drive your own car. So, and Mel took Tisha to the side. They discussed and they say they're going to try to be cool. You'll be cool. Well, we know next week they're going to go back and forth and talk about the same thing. So, I don't want to pull that out there because Tisha, I said, girl, listen, you was doing the most. Like you are the most damaged person in this group when Melody's the one who's going through a lot. It's like, do you have anything about that? Because we're going to go to Married at First Sight next.
That's because Tisha has the emotional intelligence of like a 6-year-old. Like she's literally a grown toddler. But I think one thing about that like seems very iffy to me is everybody seems to be able to, like Mel seems to be able to like coexist with Martell. If she can coexist with Martell, she could be able to coexist with Tisha. I think because Tisha, her maturity level is not there, it's causing these like childish conflicts to keep coming back up. And it is exhausting for everybody. Like, girl, let it go. Because I was like, when she said like, oh yeah, and I don't think my mom said that about your kids. I was like, we all know your mom. Like we
saw
it was a terrible thing. We pretty much agree that Wanda most likely said it. Like it probably was. Like it's more likely to be true than not true. And the fact that Melody could even like call you, have this conversation. And even like the invite was like low key suspect because it was like, oh, you could just drop the girls off. You don't have to come. Like if I know you don't like me, exactly. Like exactly. Like I know you don't like me. I'm not about to drop my kids off to you. Oh, it's an all girls event, so Martell couldn't take the kids if he wanted to because it's supposed to be for all women. But okay. But here's my question, and I really want to know this. Where is LeBaric? Where is LeBaric? Can you tell me that?
I don't know where he at. We haven't seen him yet. I mean, we got that little nice chocolate drop little baby they created, and so cute. We don't even see where he's at. It's like,
can I get a Where's LeBaric poster? I need a Where's LeBaric t-shirt. He need to be on the milk carton.
Where is Lil Belle? She it's like, come on now. I don't know what Belle see this season. It's like, you know what? I ain't trying to be in this season. He probably doing some things that he probably don't really think to be exposed or something like that. He don't want to be more. He don't want to be no more than a chicken man. So he gonna keep himself as a chicken man, and that's it. And that's it. And leave it alone. But I want to do the same thing because we see it's a dog. Even though Sadov is not around as much in the scenes, but we see him. But we haven't been seeing LeBaric that much. I was like, oh my gosh. But that was Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. I didn't want to say much because that was the mainly three things on really more archer things that was happening this season. It's like teacher don't get it, mom is acting up, Marceau is over it, mortality. What the hell? Mortality. Oh my gosh. Martell and Melody drama. It's not. But it's good though. So let's move on from that. Okay, let's move to the next one. Married at First Sight. I got a couple things because some couples wasn't even that much deep. I just had a little few things to say about some of the couples, and we move on to T.S. Madison because the only thing interesting about that was the freaking Claire was sexually frustrated, and Paige said what she had to say, and then that Mercedes turned her head to freaking Chris. And he's acting like a freaking child. Don't know what he gonna say. Throwing temper tantrums. Like a freaking 6 years old. Oh.
That whole conversation to me was funny.
Oh, yes. We're going to talk about that. Okay, so this thing. All right. All right, y'all. So, I don't know who's talking. I'll just do Ryan and Clara. Let's get them out the way. I say I like Ryan, but I don't like him anymore. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He is not giving it up. Not saying you gotta be phrased like that. You married to the girl. It's like 2 weeks in your marriage. Yes, I am. The Babbitt said, y'all ain't getting in here. We ain't exposing myself. Y'all really getting Martell. Martell's little 50. Now he's coming in and he's not around. No, he ain't coming in. Yes, he. So Ryan and Clara. So this is Ryan. This is Clara. So Ryan is a tight wad. He just tight. Just tight to the straight. He's strict, rigid. He this, that. He don't like to do this. He don't like to do that. He got this. He got so many isms on him. Like he don't know what's going on with this guy. She is sexually frustrated. She don't see him without his shirt. They did things, but they haven't do all the way. We don't even know what exactly they should do because if you sexually frustrated and you're not getting an orgasm, something like that. So what are you doing? You're figuring hand jobs and he figuring what is this? Yeah, doing oral. And if he's doing oral, he's not doing a good job eating the box, whatever he's doing. I don't know what's going on because she is frustrated and he's holding out. And I was like, usually the female will hold out and wait a while, and the men be on one because most men already. They could be dead tired. They say, babe, I'm tired, I'm sleeping, I'm tired. You play around with him a little bit in the bedroom, he be ready. And now you don't want to do it because now he's up and ready, he's energized. So it's like, come on now. So what is going on with Ryan and Clara? Is he holding out to frustrate her? Some people might say that he's not really too into Clara like that, and that's maybe he trying to ease it out so it won't be too rushing out. He go really super slow so he could drag this out so she'd be frustrated and all that stuff like that. Because I don't know. Tell me, think about Ryan and Clara because I don't have much about going on with him, these two couples. But she is saying a lot, so maybe it's because she opens sharing a lot and he don't want his business out there. I said, listen, man. You know you got a nice body. She wants to be with you. What is it y'all doing, and why is you being a tightwad about it?
So maybe like 2-3 seasons back, they had a couple, Iris and Keith. Iris was a virgin. Keith didn't consummate the marriage, but he also chose to walk away from the relationship.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if he is not that into Clara and he is trying not to go all the way with her because he wants to walk away and have a clean break.
Oh, okay. That could be
because I wonder if that is kind of where he's coming from it at. Like, okay, we could do little stuff. I'm trying just to hold out and let these 6 weeks be up because I don't really want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to hold out, but she isn't making it easy for him. Because it's like, the more we watch, the less chemistry we see between the two of them. And I think it's because he refuses to open up. So my prediction is he's not that into her. He doesn't want to do it. So he could walk away without, consummating the marriage. That's my thought.
If they don't consummate the marriage, can they get the annulment? Or if you consummate the marriage, they get divorced? Because I know some couples get annulment if they don't go to that step, take that step.
Yeah. So one of the things that you can use to get an annulment instead of a divorce is not consummating your marriage. Which is, an annulment just makes it like the marriage never happened. Where divorce, you can kind of see that you were divorced. So that could be another reason why, because then he can wipe the slate clean. Like, this little TV show thing never happened. I was never married.
That's what I said.
Cool. Good point.
Yes, because I don't know, because it is crazy. I would say, Clara, you might have to do some things. You might have just sprung it on him. It's like, listen, if I were Clara, I said I'll just jump on it, something like that. Unless he really completely knock my head off or something like that. If he gonna knock me out or something like that, if I jump on the D, then he's gonna be with it. I mean,
Clara, just take it. Just take it.
That's what I'm saying. Just like scoop your booty over on him or something like that. And when you're sleeping or something, like, do something, because I don't understand that. You're married, so it's not like you freaking girlfriend or boyfriend. You can just get up and leave. Like I said, unless he knock you out for doing some stuff like that, then I'll say, okay, Clara, you did your safety. He's not with it. He's not with it at all. Just don't do it anymore. But I don't know. All right, so Eric in Virginia. Eric in Virginia.
Right, the pilot there. And the drunk.
Yes, the pilot and the drunk. Okay. Like I said, we didn't see much from to see what's he that he's really controlling, but some things is giving up, is seeping out that make it seem like he is a little excessive and he's a little bit want to control. But she's not making it easy because of how she's drinking and all that stuff like that. And the only thing I say, the reason why I say that he could be a little bit is that when she went in that wedding trip 4 days, and he said it was good for me to keep talking to you every hour or every other hour. I said, I don't know how you feel, Tracy, and if I'm on vacation, I ain't gonna be trying to talk to you every 2 hours or every hour like that. Listen, come on now. What you doing? I'm in the same place you talked to me in the last hour. What you do? I'm in the same place you talked to me the last 2 hours. Like, what is you keep asking me? Like, I understand you make some form of communication. Like, babe, I made this wedding reception. I'll go be out for a little bit while. I'll hit you up when I'm in the next destination. Next hour. I'll hit you up in the hotel room. I FaceTime you when we go to sleep. I FaceTime you when I'm in the morning. Every now and then. But every hour and every 2 hours, communication while you're on vacation, that could be annoying. That could be annoying. So I want to try and get your input of that. And he said he wants her to miss him. And I don't think she's really missing him like that. Because when he came back, he said, oh, I missed you. Did you miss me? She was like, I hear you, Virginia, because I don't know what the hell. It's 2 weeks. Listen, like I said, these people are practically strangers still. So the missing factor, even though y'all did get married, let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. Now, I didn't really mention too deeply about that because I was like, a lot of these couples was annoying me. But the scene with Eric with one of the friends, I don't know if that was really genuine or she really prepped him to say all that. Because it just seems like he had that conversation to make everyone he wants to hear. So he could just stop questioning Virginia of every little thing. Because he said, oh no, she's all in. She talked about it. Yes, maybe so she might talk about it because maybe it's new to her. But after a while, she said she still want her space. She still like to drink. Even though he's been around he could be gone for 15 days of the month. And every week he gone for 4 days. He's home for 3 days. You still need your space when he's home? Like, what is it? It's everything. And Not for nothing, the guy's friend that she's hanging out with is not ugly, unattractive people. So it's like, or they have not really done anything. I'm not gonna put it on her. Maybe she haven't done it, but the fact that she drinks a lot, that dropped down your guard, and she round them 24/7 a lot. So I don't know. It is a little iffy, but Eric seemed like he's good. He's not gonna worry too much. But that every other 2 hour or every other hour conversation was a little bit excessive, and everything. So how you feel about that? Because I ain't even have much to say about those two couples. This couple.
I think that because of how Virginia approaches things, it heightens Eric's insecurities.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like I was in the relationship. I was the person who was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna text you. Like I made it to the place. Like, yo, I'm here. Okay, I left. I made it home safe." And that was normal for me. He, on the other hand, no, he didn't send me those things. He sent me something when he made it home at the end of the night. But it wasn't like I went from here, I'm headed out here, and then I got back here, and then he was only like end of the night, like, okay, I made it home safe. So I know you aren't out all night and you're not gonna worry. Where I was like, okay, I was a little more consistent on when I'm going someplace, I let you know the heads up of where I'm gonna be. So, but I was that person naturally because I was like, if something happens and I need you to come pick me up, I need to know. You need to know where to come pick me up from. Like that was my thought process. So I think because she wants to be set, like she wants her own individuality, she wants her own space, she wants to be able to do these things. She wants to still be able to black out drunk and pass out on guys' couches. It heightens his insecurities for him to be like, no, I need you to check in with me every hour, every 2 hours. Because she might be blacked out drunk somewhere and he has no idea where she is. And I think in a relationship, you feel that way about your partner. Like if something bad happens, I want to be able to know where you're at so I could come try and rescue you or I could come to try and check on you. But if I have no clue and I'm just like, you just like stop texting, stop letting me know, it does make it a little difficult. So I do think Virginia plays into his insecurities. And because she plays into his insecurities, he becomes overbearing. And then it makes her want to pull away. So it's like this terrible cycle of he's hitting her insecurities, which is now making these sides of him come out. It's making her uncomfortable. So it's like this vicious cycle where he needs to relax a little bit and she needs to mature a little bit. So I don't have very much faith in the pilot and the drunk. But on paper, they could really work. If they communicated better, they could really work. They really could. Because, girl, he's gone all these days anyway. You can get lit and he got to worry about nothing. It could work. It could work if, she communicated better and he wasn't so overbearing. It could work. But no, it's not going to. I don't give them much faith because she probably passed out somewhere, so she don't remember. No, thank you. And I do think that she set the friend up to tell him exactly what he wanted to hear to get him to calm down. Because that's what you do with your friends. You prep them accordingly. Duh.
Thank Auntie Mama. All right. Got playing in the background. Yes, I do agree. So we'll see how that goes. Because it's not much. It's being stagnant every week with the same issue. So we need to spice it up with the same season. All right, let's do Brianna and Vincent with these two right here. Okay, so it really not much. We've said that he found out he's too sensitive. Maybe she does have a knack of nitpicking, and that could be annoying. It's like, pick this up, do you this, use this exfoliator, use this, wash your face this way, brush your teeth this way, use the floss, This is that. This is that. Yada, yada, yada. That could be annoying at while. And if he builds up, if he don't say nothing, then it will blow up. Now, the only thing I don't like what he said, I don't need to tell her what exactly is she being rude to me. I said, yes, y'all strangers. She needs to know exactly what is being disrespectful to you, what is being rude, that she could be able to learn. But at the same time, not change it, but at the same time, she got to understand that she don't have to respond to everything that's being done. Like, you can let things go. I was like, okay, he just dropped the thing on the floor. Let's get a little towel, wipe that up, and that's it. But I don't know. So if they don't get a hold of that communication issue between those two, they won't make it work. But at the same time, I do root for them. And because they don't really have that much issue. It's just that I think it messed up his mind, especially that freaking vow stuff at the ceremony. When the family said, "Oh, she's good, but she's bossy. She's good at this. She's bossy. She does this. She's bossy. This is bossy." It didn't set her the good light. So now he's like, "Okay, she'll be bossing me all my life," and now it put in her mind that this could be something that she's gonna be keep doing, and I don't like that. Now, when he talked to his friend about that, that friend was laughing up the storm. I'll say, yeah, the way while he explained it, it is funny because at the same time, we all said that it wasn't that much big of a deal for him to blow up like that, but we do understand how she could be nitpicky and how it could be rude that when she said things. So that particular situation and scenario was not warranted him to go off like that. But also he got to understand that not everyone will react the same way. Now, if you did something and you spill your shirt and you want to get somebody to take a tissue, if that's what you do, then that's what you do. But don't expect that every other person go take a tissue and wipe your freaking. I said, first of all, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. You spill champagne. You was embarrassed. You was embarrassed. Okay, that's what it is. People spill drink all the time. I could drink something that could spill my whole lip. Like, come on, like I could drink something. Like, people do that. Like, I remember one time I had a friend. She drunk something, and she was talking. She said, "Oh my God, I love it." Shh. On her shirt, missed the whole lip when she was drinking. Everyone was laughing. And she laughed too. So I was like, come on, let loose, Vincent. You're doing the most. And everything. So how you feel about that? Because there wasn't much going on with those two. But the friend said, you need to let loose. Letting up because you're being too sensitive.
The friends were the MVPs of this episode. They did call the people out who needed to be called out appropriately for kind of what they were doing and what they had going on. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree that Vincent is very sensitive and he needs to kind of mature a little bit and grow up, and her nitpicking can definitely get annoying at times, and it could be the most or doing a lot. But I liked how she was on her absolute best behavior when she was getting to know his mom. Like, it was really important to her that the mom liked her and it worked out. So you could see she's really, really trying to make sure things go well. And I do like how he said, I didn't make it out of the parking lot before I came back and was like, oh, we need to work this out and talk about it. But I do think it's something that they'll be fine as long as they can learn to communicate a little better. So they'll be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Vincent. Okay. Haley and Jacob. I don't got much to say with this. It's annoying because at the same time, she's not being sincere. I don't think she's really being sincere. She's not being as truthful up front what she really feels. Because when she talked to her friend about that, your friend said, okay, so what's the issue? It's more than the freaking he dressed bad in the 80s. What is it? What is it? She said, I don't know. There's no connection. As her friend would say, you always check out before you try to make things work. That's why she didn't say that, but that's why you probably single for this long ass time, because you keep running away instead of working things out. You signed up to be married. Now, if you discard it, why you signed up for the show? Why you did this? You decided to be married, so you need to work it out, girl. You gonna regret it if you don't work it out. So they talking everything, and the friend said Jacob misses cute sometimes, but he's trying, and when he asks you direct questions, be truthful, speak out. It's like that. And her friend said she's emotionally unexpressive. She don't express herself really well. So that's gonna be a barrier. And when they were trying to sit down and have a talk to each other and everything, he opened up and say how he thinks that he likes. She said she likes, and then she was making that snide comment. I didn't like it. She said, "Do I look like the type of girl who does this?" I said, "What girl type of girl you?" I said, first of all, I could look at you and think like you might not like basketball, but you're a big sports fanatic. But I can't look at you and say, "Oh, well, you're a female, you ain't gonna like sports." I said, because of the way she looks, you might like to throw axes. He asking you. He is saying that you do it. It's like he asked you, "Did you like it?" And he said, "Do I look like this type of girl?" I said, "Girl, shut up. Shut up. Shut your whole face up." I don't know what's going on, but I had nothing else to say with those two. I don't know if they're gonna work out. But Jacob, I do like Jacob because he is trying and he want to make it work. And he does see bullshit. And I don't know why he's a loner for all this time. Maybe because, and then she always referenced the 80s. I said, it's not the big deal. It's not the big deal. Leave it alone. It's not the big deal. It's not the 80s. What else is the issue? Okay.
Because Jacob is socially awkward, I can understand how that can get kind of annoying. But Haley is just completely emotionally checked out, and I think it's because the sex was bad. So she just kind of checked out because like she was kind of interested, kind of feeling him, and I think if it wasn't bad, she would have at least tried a little more. But the friend did call her out on her BS, like, "No, girl, nice try, nope, try again." So what's the problem? And I do think her problem is she just emotionally cuts herself off so she doesn't get hurt. But this is probably the best guy you was gonna find. So I mean,
sure. Listen, get a guy who could build a sauna, and a pool, a freaking thing, all in my house and everything, and I had to go to the pay membership for a gym. I'll be with it. Shit, I work it work. I make it work. I can teach you how to have sex better. Listen, let's work it out. You've been all this stuff in my house, and I have to go anywhere else. Hell to the yeah. Sure. I don't have to get no contractor. You doing all this of yourself? Come on now.
And the fact that she like knows he doesn't drink and she knows he doesn't do these things, and he's at least willing to do them or to try or to give it something. Like he's actually putting forth effort to try. Like she's like, "Oh, I know he's not a drinker, but have a drink with me before I go." And he's like, "Okay, fine. What are you gonna drink?" He at least is trying. Like he puts forth some sort of effort. Heffa, what are you putting forth? Like he wants to go axe throw and throw an axe. So if it hit him in the head, it hit him in the head. He chose to go. I mean, why do you have such a problem with everything?
Sure.
She should have got Chris. She should have got with Chris. They should have put her and Chris together. So he could have made her life a living hell.
For real. That's what I say. Renee, hey Joyce, how you doing? What's going on? All right. So lastly is Chris. Okay. Chris and Paige. Okay. Last time we end up at, they was in a counseling session. They just went their separate ways because he said he wanted a divorce. All that stuff. He wanted to make it work with his ex-fiance. She's pregnant. All that stuff. So he said, cool. He called her and said that he wants to have a meeting with her, his wife, and his ex-fiance, who's the mother of his child, to meet up. I said, I don't know what for, but Paige decided she agreed to do it. Now, Chris went to talk to his friends, the pastor and the other friend. And I'm glad that the friends would tell him, you was doing the most and you need to stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Now, they saying that Paige is a diamond. She is great. You checked out. What's wrong with raising your child with Paige and not end the relationship? She is great for you. I don't know. Maybe they saying that she's great for us so she can put up with everything he's doing. But no. She don't deserve that. She don't deserve him at all. At all. So they was not here for his antics. And then when he was not getting what he needs to hear from his friends, he's on his phone. Oh, I'm done. I don't got to say, I don't hear what y'all, I don't need to hear what y'all saying. Y'all ain't true. No, that's not right. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Y'all wrong. I said, then what the hell you said that with them for? You want the yes mans? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I see y'all the mess about Chris, his baby mama, and some folks. Oh, what happened? Something else happened now besides this episode? Behind the scenes? I know they say they went on vacation together, but what happened? So so the sit down, right? I do believe that girl Mercedes and Chris was on the same page going into the meeting. I do believe so. It's not until Paige was breaking it down to that girl, that Mercedes was like, hold up. Hold up. You playing with me and you playing this girl? You doing the most. Nah, you playing games, boy. Playing boy. It's like that. Because he was all confident when he got that meeting, like, oh, I hope things will go out the thing way. I said, first of all, you didn't lead none of the conversation. You just sat there being mute. And then Paige was like, she was talking. She said, yes, we have. She said, we had sex a couple of times. I may be pregnant and everything if I was pregnant. And she was like, by who? I said, by who? What are you talking about? Girl, that's the wrong question. By who? That's her husband. Who the hell she had a pregnancy with? And it made it seem like, oh, so you probably was telling Mercedes that you would not have sex with Paige when you know you was having sex with her every freaking night. So that was that. So Mercedes was like, hold up, you have sex with this girl after you telling me you not have sex? So that's one thing. And then she was like, so how far along are you? She said, she's 7 weeks. She said, she's 7 weeks. I said, okay, she's 7 weeks. And then she said, oh, well, he said he's going to leave me and everything. And I don't have mind being a bonus parent. And I don't mind. I said, you don't mind being a bonus parent. So, girl, so that'd be desperation for him. That'd be desperate. We're not being desperate housewives. I like that show, and that's the show in the past. We're not being desperate housewives right now. So we ain't going to do that. So no bonus parent. No pick me. And don't why you guys try to say, oh, if I was pregnant. I said, so you were trying to see if you can pick sides or pick who he will pick. It's like a war picking. If you got pregnant at the same time you got pregnant, say who will pick. Girl, no. I wasn't even trying to claim to be pregnant by him. I said, oh, no. We had sex, but I'm not pregnant by this fool. I ain't going to try to make that out there. Keep that out there. I'm out. So, and then she said, oh, well, he said he's going to leave me to get back with you and everything. She was like, ooh. Out of all you said to me, we had no intentions to get back together. I'm not getting back in touch. I said, yes, you were. You will have intention to get back with him. Until Paige was breaking it down, all that stuff like that. She was saying, now you look at the side eyeing Chris like he's the problem. I said, he always been the problem. We don't know how your relationship ended. And y'all figure had a fast relationship as well. Y'all only dated for a couple of months before y'all got proposed to each other. And then he ended the proposal to get in this process. And during the process, he was trying to get married and get paired with this girl. He still was having sex with you, got you pregnant, having sex with her all day. He was attracted to her. And now all this back and forth. And now you looking on Boop of the Fool because you thought you was on the same page. And now she broke it down. And now she told you off. And now you looking at Chris is like this. And now he get upset because the meeting ain't go the way how he did it. Because Paige was, she said, I had no questions, but I'm going to tell you the way how I feel. And now you being rude. Oh, no, I want to eat now. No, this rude. Oh, no, I ain't doing all that. I said, You brought this meeting together. You sit in it. Like that. And you said, this is not how you go. I said, first of all, you're not saying nothing. So how do you think this is supposed to go? Y'all were supposed to bully this girl Paige, just let her sit down and take it? That's what y'all supposed to was doing? That's what you got intentions to bully this girl? No, that's not going to happen. Now, next week, he gonna have me curse his ass out. He gonna have me curse his out. If he said, oh, I'm afraid to love you. I said, listen, before I did my last Married to Family, Married at First Sight review, before I did the thing, and when I saw that preview, I said, shut the F up. Shut up, Chris. Shut up, because you get on my nerves. I was cursing him out. I said, listen, if she took it and she accepted that freaking behavior, I ain't gonna have that. So I'm done recapping that. So Tracy, tell me what you got to say, because I know you don't like Chris. I don't like him either, but tell me your thoughts, Tracy. Apparently, wait, hold up. CM said apparently there's a miscarriage, but folks are saying the whole thing was a lie because of the dates. I didn't know that. Maybe I know some more stuff because they were saying that I did hear some stuff that she's saying she's not pregnant. So we'll see. Tracy on mute.
When he met with his pastor and the friend, and the pastor was like, "Oh no, she's a diamond. She's great. She's this. She's that. Stay with her." I was like, "Why? Because you think she a fool and willing to put up with his foolishness? I'm gonna need y'all to not co-sign this to try and continue on with this marriage. Let this man leave. He is trash. He trash. Y'all know he trash. So y'all trying to put him with this girl who y'all think is a good girl so that he can ruin her life? The devil is a lie. Go on about your business, sir." Because even when his friends was trying to tell him right, he shut down. He got upset. He got all angry. And that's why I say, like, if you look back at Love and Jamaica Huntsville, if you look at how Martell was able to accept what the guys were saying to him, was able to digest it and move forward, he respects his friend. Chris ain't got no respect for nobody, because even when the pastor was telling him, he was like, "Oh no, I can't." Like, because you don't find her attractive, but you kept sleeping with her, but you don't find her attractive.
Yes.
But she's okay. All right, she's who you need. That's not who you want. That's who you need. But guess what? You gonna get exactly what you deserve. So I'm gonna need him to go on about his business. So at that scene, I was feeling some type of way. I was like, "Oh, okay. So then when they had this little sit down thing, he was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted y'all, my wife and the mother of my child." Like, okay, they don't need no introduction in that manner, because clearly they know who the other one is. Although they've not seen each other, I clearly know who you are. But okay, Chris. And was it just me, or was Paige like sizing her up to see, like, oh, this is what he liked, this is what he want, this this is what he normally go for? I was like, all right, Paige, you're starting off a little shaky now here, girl. Making me a little nervous. Making me nervous. And then, when she started talking and, she was like, "Oh, because I was thinking I could have been pregnant by him." And she was like, "By who?" I was like, "Oh, okay." When Virginia asked that same question, Chris got all pissed off and acted a fool. So why aren't you getting all pissy and pissed off with her? Like, what are you supposed to mean? Who else would be the father? Like, what happened to that same energy you gave Virginia when she asked the same goddamn question? Oh, you ain't got no energy for that? Oh, okay. I guess not. But I really, truly believe that he thought that they were going to fight over him, that they were going to argue and not have a productive conversation, so that Paige wouldn't tell the baby's mom that they was really like sleeping together like that. Because she was like, because in her confessional, when she said like, "Oh yeah, we had he told me that they had this and stuff, but nothing like that." Like, "Oh, what? He told you? Oh, she just gave me head," or something stupid like that. Like, "Oh, and you believed it, and now it's coming to light that he ain't telling the truth." Shocker. No, not shocking or surprising at all. And the fact that he was like, "Oh, she's being disrespectful," and she's like, "No, she's not being disrespectful. She's doing what she's supposed to do." I was like, But but Paige just kept on with her little jabs. Like, she was like, "Oh, we gonna win this fight. Yeah, I did this with him. Yeah, he did this. Oh, he told me this. Oh, we was gonna stay together." Like, you could see the little jabs she was throwing. And the girl was like, "Oh, okay." So you could tell her energy shifted from, "Oh yeah, like, okay, me and him might could figure it out," to, "Oh hell no, I'm not working it out with you." And I think that's when Chris, like, his little tantrum started to kick in. Once he realized that the baby mom wasn't gonna stick it out with him because of what Paige said. But I was like, okay. Paige is starting to see what we're seeing. She's starting to see the light. She's starting to come around. I was like, okay, I see her. But then she does some things and I'm like, but are you really? And she was like, "Oh, I would stay and I would be a bonus mom. And, I would be willing to." I was like, you are one of them women who want to be married because you want to tell people that you're married. You want to say like, "Oh, I'm a wife." Like, you want the title and would be willing to go through all of this hurt, pain, and turmoil just to say that you are somebody's wife. I'm going to need you to not, sis. I'm going to need you to not. And I promise you, I was like, I feel like she even kept the kid gloves on with him because she wanted to see if she could get the baby mom out the picture so she
Yeah.
could still stay there. And I was like, I don't know. This seems a little suspect. She ain't going for the jugular, like you would have thought. Because when she was, cursing out, the production people and telling them what Chris said, you would have thought she would have came there with her gloves off, ready to, like,
Mm-hmm.
put him on Front Street, put him on blast. And she didn't quite. She took some jabs, but she didn't quite. But I think what also got me to thinking was when she told him, like, oh, I came into this with pure intentions and this is
Mm-hmm.
what I wanted, and you didn't come with pure intentions. And he said, like, oh, I did come with
Oh,
pure
yes, I did.
intentions.
No, you did.
I didn't I didn't lead you on. I didn't lie to you. I didn't tell you these things. And she was like, well, no, you didn't. I was like, why are you agreeing with this fool? Like, why? Girl, stick to your guns. Stick to it. Stick
Yes.
to it. It's like she starts off, but then she don't stick to it. And then she comes back, and I'm like, oh no, girl, just keep going, keep going. But I did hear them saying that. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. I heard that the ex-fiance had sent her family up to the wedding, to the place where they was holding the wedding, or they had the thing to try and jump on Chris. I heard that he had known before they had got married that she was supposedly pregnant. I heard that he knew that she had a miscarriage and didn't say anything for the show, for the storyline, because he just didn't like Paige. There were so many things floating around, and I was like, could I see her going on there pretending like she was really still pregnant
I want to
just
do
because he didn't want to be there? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what. I was like, I don't know if I believe that. But then again, I don't know if she actually just told him she was pregnant just to get back at him because of whatever messed up stuff he did to her, just to, like, throw a jab. And then when she said she was married, she kind of had to go along with it for a little while. I don't know. It's just weird. But I did see the pictures of them in Puerto Rico. Where was they? In Mexico or whatever. And she was taking shots, so she ain't look pregnant.
Mm.
So I don't know. But I'm with you. Next episode, I sure want to jump through the thing and just strangle. Like, oh, he gets on my whole nerve.
Keep saying, "Oh, I'm fair to fall in love with you." If you don't stop saying that, oh my God, I wish you just close.
I'm afraid of falling in love with what? Her spirit? Because clearly you said you don't like her, but you
Yes,
like her spirit. So
that's what I'm saying. You fall in
what
love.
is it?
That's what I'm saying. The ghost whisperer, what you want? That's it. All right, so that was Married at First Sight, y'all. Like I said, we'll see more. They need to give us more. If not, it goes drag off until that the end of the season. I think got 6 more weeks or something like that. Cause this like week 2, they got 6 more weeks left. I said, ugh. All right, let's do a quick little talk about T.S. Madison, and then I know people gotta get ready for the next one. Little break. All right, let me check. It is a little picture of her. It's not too much of the people surrounding her. That's T.S. Madison, y'all. Okay. So, when I heard that she was having a TV show, I said, oh, snap. T.S. Madison is coming a long way. I mean, you see on social media, showing Queen Supreme Court. She's doing that and everything. And she's a lot. So I said, TV show, I said, that's a big thing. And it's a very big thing, dropping down barriers. A show surrounded by a transsexual woman who doing things, who doing greatly for herself, and a big personality. So it was great to see her on television and show her story. I mean, we see her little social media clips of her mother, Miss Mary, and stuff like that. But now we actually see them on television screen and showing the stuff to the world. And now getting into the broader audience. So I appreciate this show. I enjoyed the first episode. It is a starter and everything. So basically, this first episode was She talked to New York, Tiffany Pollard, the HBIC of reality TV show. They talked it together, and Madison want Tiffany to be the permanent host for with her. So it was her and Kaya, but they had a falling out. So there she had guest stars, guest people like Funky Dineva was one, and she had Miss Sophia. She had other people. Tiffany, of course, one of the people. She had different people who was guest starring, and now she was asked Tiffany, and so I didn't know they was good friends. Maybe not. People say they made good friends for the show, but I could believe they probably was good friends behind off the TV screen, and they mesh well. So she wanted the permanent spot. So she was trying to invite Tiffany there next week and give her the news to see could she be a permanent person. Let me see. There were rumors that he got her cousin pregnant. I heard that rumor that it was a cousin got pregnant too. I heard that it was a cousin got pregnant. It wasn't her, the person that she wanted to sell. I did hear that, Sequoia. Yes, so they would do that. So then the episode also started with her doing her live thing because she said her Queen Supreme Court is a live thing. They have a basement, people's in the audience. It's not like it's a pre-recorded laugh. Press the button, turn it off. It's people actually in the audience. And she had Oliver, who's in Chasing Atlanta. He's like the visual person behind the scenes. And she is like her daughter, who she took in to raise in the house with Miss Mary. Then she had Auntie Craig, who's like the writer and the person who does the docket for the shows, who makes sure the show runs smoothly. And then she had Allegra, who's a business person who takes behind the scenes and stuff like that. And her mother, Miss Mary, love Miss Mary, and stuff like that. And that's it. That's how much the episode was about. It was about the behind the scenes stuff, doing the show, talk about her things. And she did talk about her journey with Miss Mary and stuff like that, how her family was saying things about him and he had to leave to get himself together. Well, she had to leave to get herself together and everything and find herself. And then she found herself, and now her mom and her is a good space. And the fact that her mom is a Christian woman who supports her daughter 100% of everything, it was nice. It was a touching moment and everything. And then also Miss Mary with her freaking ism, her words that she makes up. She called Miss Madison. She called transsexual Madison trans. She called trans. And I said, oh, Miss Mary, you got your little words. Everything. So, and then also they sprung in the COVID thing because Tiffany dropped the bomb that she ain't gonna travel next week to see the show because she don't want to think she better out on her, but she's scared about everything. She don't want to get it and then pass it on to everybody. Miss Mary have hip issues, things like that. And Chi said, I gotta go to the club. I'm in Atlanta. I can still go to the club. I need to do this. I need to do that. Do that. And Miss Mary said, I'm sick. You can't be going out and doing all that stuff like that and bringing up to me and all that stuff. So we'll see. But that was a general overall of the first episode of the premiere and getting her side of the story and sharing big life of us. And how you feel about this thing if you saw the episode?
I'm going to be honest. I was not excited about this show at all. I was not. Because I was so like, this is going to be so cheesy, gimmicky. This is going to be like the real Black China. That's what I had in my mind. That it was going to be cheesy, over dramatic, overplayed, and like lose the essence of the person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh gosh, they're about to just do this girl so wrong. And I watched it, I was like, oh, okay. It's a little behind the scenes. I was like, okay, I can get with this. And I was like, okay. But I was real nervous when they first, because I was like, oh, this is going to be where they just use her for a story. You see what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to put this trans woman on TV and we're going to make all this money off her back and just water her down or make it seem very different or inauthentic. So I was like, oh goodness. I was like, but it surprisingly was like very relatable behind the scenes. So it was a lot better than I was expecting, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know how because to me, they always try and use somebody and like
Coins, yeah.
then and then like do them wrong or over dramatize them or make them seem something else, but it seemed very authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay, yes. So yeah, that's my thing. I did review on it, so I did post the link of my review of the premiere episode. Like I said, it comes on Thursdays on WeTV. What time? At 10 o'clock. To be able to catch it. So I was
We
like,
TV ain't got nothing else but growing up hip hop, and that's trash. So yeah,
that's
put it
okay.
on We TV.
Yeah, so WeTV. I was like, okay, y'all. But that was my take on it. I don't know if anybody in the chat has saw this episode and want to chime in and say anything. But that was my lineup for today. We talk about a lot of things, everything. I do want to get something to eat or something like that. But I do want to give you updates of people who just came in of upcoming shows that I will talk about and everything. And yes, so Ready to Love is coming back on next month, April, on OWN. So we'll see how that goes. Hope we get some better couples. If y'all watch that show, so I will review that scene. I will review it. So it will be live, a mixture of live and recorded recorded videos. Married to Madison is coming on tonight, y'all. So I know most of us will be on the second panel. That one will be on 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. That we will talk about some things. But Married to Madison will be on tonight. So after all the panel, I will watch the episode. I will do my recording, take it out there, and then maybe next week we talk about the episode and see how y'all feel about the premiere. Because I tell you the truth, I never really saw the season when Lisa McCall was on it and Kari and stuff like that. So I guess I could get to see them the first time now and see how they are, even though they are the friends of the the friend of the show. So we'll see them. Delilah is coming on this Tuesday and OWN. It's a 2-hour premiere. You know, Jill Marie Jones, you know, Tony Childs from the Girlfriends. She's a big major part of this show. So she's a lawyer who's the best friend of the main character. They've been friends for like 20-something years. And Delilah left the white corporate law firm to do her own thing to raise her children. But she took on this big case that people is not happy about. So I guess this person who came, the client, came to know some secret of the big corporation. And now she will represent that lady. But you know, big corporations detect their secrets. And her friend, Jim Marie Jones, is the one who's going to be representing the big shots people. And she representing the underdog, the one who got the secret and ran to her. So now them two is going to test their friendship and also trying to see they won't crash. And we'll see how that goes because it seems like going to be an interesting story because it seems like Delilah's not letting go and Jim Marie Jones love her big bucks and everything. So I'll call her Jim Marie Jones, but we forgot her character name. I think it's Tamara, something like that, on the show. So we'll be on this Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes. It is good to see her on television again, even though she done a lot of stuff since Girlfriends, but it's good to see her on OWN, another made character show. So we had that going. And Pose, I'll review Pose as well, and it will be the last season, and it's only 7 episodes this season, which I still bummed up about it. So we'll watch it. It starts May 2nd, and the last 2 episodes will be on June 6th. So it will be a short little ride, y'all. So bear with me with that, and we'll be recording episodes. Maybe we'll talk about sometime on live, because Pose has been one of those great shows. Like you only have bad stuff about it, but that's that. Oh yes, the panel is tonight, y'all. So 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, and we'll have a couple things to talk about. We're gonna talk about the update of T.I. and Tiny, the drama. It was surviving T.I. and Tiny. We're gonna talk about a figure gangster rapper who's openly bisexual. Don't know who he is. So like that. We're going to talk about Lil Nas X and Tekashi 69 and Lil DM's fiasco. Whoever people who's social media savvy could be on the chat and give us the breakdown of how that's possible. How's this going on? Could give us the input on those two. And something like that. Oh, we're going to talk about Coi Ray and Benzino, the drama. I was like, oh, okay. Because I don't know he had sons. I didn't even know he had a daughter like that. So And there was one more that we got to talk about. Ooh, what was it? Hold up, y'all. Let me talk about it. It's on my phone. I forgot. Oh, yes. A woman got proposed to by her guy who's in prison, and he did a whole lavish thing for her, and he proposed to her behind the scenes. He created this whole thing, had people did this stuff. He wasn't there in person. He's behind jail, but he created things to propose to her. Story, everything. So we'll talk about that. So those are the little things we're gonna talk about tonight. So we have a lot of things, y'all, and everything. So anything y'all want to say? And also, oh yes, the intro, y'all. I'm gonna go out with the intro. If y'all already know, the last live we had, somehow the music I used was copyright ID'd on it. It wasn't a strike on my channel, so my channel is still good standing. Is that I can't get monetized because the person, the owner, decided they want to monetize my video for themselves. I say good luck because I cut that video out. I cut the video out, the music out. I cut all that stuff out. So it's a little shorter, but I can't monetize that video. It is up. It's still public. You can still watch it. It's that I can't get money off of it because they decided to get money out of it. I said, all right, I was going to take it out. I was going to delete the video, but I said, no. Tracy and I talk about colorism and marriage first sight, and we had a good talk about it, and I didn't want to delete it. So I said, okay, so I changed the music to it, and it'll be my own beat that I created from use of Soundtrap. And I like it and everything, so we're going to buy out to it. And thank you, everyone who joined the chat. Thank you, Tracy, again, for your insight, for joining into me. Renee, Takoya, CM, y'all been great. Joyce, Auntie Momo, thank you for joining and talking and listening. It only gonna get better. Listen, we still small YouTuber, but I believe 5 or 6 people will turn into 300, 400 people in the future. So we'll get that. Yeah, so let me buy out with the, oh yes, the link up to tonight. If y'all wanna get the panel, let me post that up here. Tracy, got a last thing about any of the shows and stuff like that?
No, all I could say is, who we got through this week of shows. Tisha irked my nerves. Hopefully, she can mature and grow up.
Yes.
Probably not. Her and Miss Wanda just gonna live their life together. Just call it a day. Oh, and Marie just needs to come out with Essie and stop treating her like that, because that is so wrong. That woman loves her with all her heart. That is just wrong, the way she treat her.
For real.
I feel bad for you, girl. I feel bad for you.
Yes, y'all. So everybody out with the outro, and then we also, most of us got to get ourselves ready for the next one. Give a little break. All right, y'all. See y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for joining the chat. And see y'all next week. I appreciate everyone that loves the support y'all giving me. And stay tuned for our tonight panel at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. All right. Thank you, CM. See you next week. Renee, bless. Yes. See you tonight later on. Takoya, yes. Welcome. I'm glad I'm able to entertain you at work because I know you have long hours and I know you need something to watch. And everything. And thanks for everyone y'all input for this live. So I appreciate it. Love y'all. Later.